Alrighty then, gamers. Happy start of December. Moving into another competitive month. It is gonna be a festive one. And now it's Sunday evening for the Euros, which means we're getting ready to rock the weekly first to 7 matches for the next couple of hours. If you're not familiar with Bounty Hunters from before, we are a weekly show match event for Guilty Gear Strive, happening every Sunday, 5 p.m. CET, and we're open to players of all skill levels as well as regions. I'm your usual host, Kyuke, and how about we start checking out what we have in store for you guys tonight? Alright, so tonight's event is very front-loaded with top talent appearing in the first couple of slots, as we're, you know, we're gonna be starting with bombs such as Rygand May versus Ratsch Chip, and Sierra Vice Gold Lewis versus Zat Ino. Big ones. Let's see. Let's go from top to bottom this time. So Rygand and Ratsch do have a little bit of history already on Bounty Hunters from before, having played a match almost exactly a year ago, if I recall correctly. And of course being the absolute top seeds of the event this time around. We're gonna see how their power, their relative power levels have grown in the span of the year. I think the previous meeting was extremely tight. I think it was 6-7. Let me actually cheat for the sake of lore. Which one of you guys actually took it back then? I'm gonna have to go fairly back on my cheat sheet. Alright, so it looks like it was Ratsch taking it 7-6, but of course, you know, one of those going down to the wire. Time to see if anything has changed since then. But almost at as hot as that match. Gonna be in the numbers 2 slot. And Sierra Vice, a dominating force on just about any fighting game when it comes to the German and Euro scene. Our fellow Tio and longtime Gold Lewis player is gonna go against Ino for the first time on Bounty Hunters, I believe, today. And the pilot's gonna be none other than one of the Finnish Ino gods, Zat, who has stood in the cage with a lot of the high-end, long-time, you know, Bounty Hunters players, and as far as I know has never come out of a match worse than 5-7. So that is an absolute maker of thrillers. Can't wait to jump onto that. Extremely exciting. In the third slot, we have Dora, a Swedish Sin player, making a return on the screen once again. Undefeated on his main, Sin, 2-0 right now, I believe. Setting to ruin his perfect record is Sihu Baiken from North Macedonia, who is also almost undefeated with the, let's see, with a record of 4-1, I think. Quite impressive. Only dropping their debut match, but never again since. Then for the 5th and 4th slots, we've got our weekly scheduled French segment. First two we have here rarely seen individuals in terms of EliteFatale coming back for his second match on Bounty Hunters, a French Bridget player, and challenging them tonight on their Bounty Hunters debut match, Keturin Giovanna from Finland. We tried to get a match for Ketu last week as well, but had a small stroke of bad luck as Ketu's opponent just wasn't able to make it. But this time, nothing stands in the way of Ketu and their match. So yeah. Then on the 5th one, some more rare warriors. Elverts, Ishnard, one of the also let's see, also one match so far under his name on Bounty Hunters, returns for a scheduled Sin Mirror, and not only Sin Mirror but also a French mirror match. And boy, there are some really good Sin players from France, let me tell you that much. And that kind of makes sense because you have one of the best role models possible, the one and only Patachi Sin, also hailing from that region, who's a contender for one of the hottest players in the EMEA region currently. So there's that. Makes sense that lots of enthusiastic Sin players would come from that direction. On the second last slot, Whammel, one of the toughest intermediate mother hoppers, is coming in back from the UK. Gonna meet another one of the same caliber tonight, Aatreus Anji from Turkey. Both of these players with plenty of games under their belt on Bounty Hunters already, but only ever losing to exactly one player, I think both. Different players, of course, but you know, one L in their name. Still another extremely amazing record, I think. But when two unstoppable forces meet, one has to of course yield, and once again today one of these crazy players will have to fall. Who's it gonna be? We'll find out later. And bringing this week's Bounty Hunters to a close, last but certainly not least, is gonna be McNuggleton versus FISHMAN. We've watched Nuggles plow through match after match every week, 4th week in a row now, I think, and as you might catch from the player message, they've been absolute nail-biters so far. Standing in the way of his first Bounty Hunters Johnny win this week is FISHMAN Chip in a matchup that is, from what I've heard, Nuggles describe as fairly tough. Not sure if that matchup is, you know, if that is like matchup wise or just from the basis of personal feelings. But hey, I think we'll find that one out as well before the end of the evening. But now we should probably circle back to the first matchup once again, as it is nearing go time. By the way, before I forget, shout out to Altinit for spicing up the cards for the festive festive times. All right, lost for words here, but anyway, two of the hardest hitting players tonight on the card going at it in the first slot. We are starting it with maximum speed, no brakes. I recommend grabbing a, beverage of your choice, holding onto your seat, because it's probably gonna be pretty explosive for here on out. Here they are. Rygand, one of the finest from Finland. Ratsch, one of the finest in EU when it comes to chip, period. Hailing from Denmark. Basically performing a sort of a tiebreaker, I suppose. Because previously when these guys met on Bounty Hunters, it was extremely close. And I've heard rumors that they've been playing some, some casuals pretty actively as of recent, meeting in the tower, meeting in the park. So there's gonna be probably a couple of extra layers here going into this match, because they've been playing versus each other quite a bit. And Rygand started, very nice burst timing there, denying that 50 burst, the red wild assault conversion from Rygand altogether. It's a little risky in terms of, can you get the burst out before the wild assault hits and stuff like that. But if you, interesting, pushing away from the clone with that deflect shield. Did Ratsch actually manage to land a strike there, or did, making the clone touch the deflect shot actually push them back. Anyway, they throw into, still gets the cool ass conversion, and just about 1 hit point ready, or rather left for Rygand to spend here. Back jump, jump slash, very defensive maneuver. Ratsch defending their airspace, colliding with the, ooh, another really good method of defending your airspace. 5k puts out a hitbox, prevents Rygand from going in with the dolphins, and straight into super. It's gonna be maximum damage. And a hard knockdown, we know what happens here. But luckily for Rygand, Ratsch doesn't have a lot of resources. Oh my god, actually baits Rygand into pressing a button. It's gonna be a full confirm, and with that positive bonus, Ratsch gonna be building so many resources back during that combo. And this one is gonna be a hard knockdown. Even harder to defend for Rygand. Has the burst, there we go. Last bit of health. Oh my god, the Ratsch special. Ratsch is one of those chip players who are not afraid to use the DP in very tough situations. Going for the burst here. Rygand is in the air, and the jump heavy hasn't become active quite yet. So Ratsch spotting the startup frames, deems that it is safe to anti-air here, makes the call, gets the first game. Already, both players smoking. I really love Ratch's ability to make those, you know, frame fast decisions. I know, like, Ratch is able to sort of check what the opponent is doing during slowdowns like blue RC and or stuff like that. Just able to make really fast executive calls for how to, like, what to play next. Oh, speaking of good calls, Ratch taking the burst here very early to the round 2. Rygand, however, the backdash ends up avoiding Rygand's throw. This is gonna be enough. Not the biggest damage character mid-screen, Chip. But one thing that is fairly comfortable for Chip is finding those, you know, small openings, especially when the opponent's life is pretty low health. Pretty low. 6B starts the sequence, and now the pressure clone slash into tick throw. OTG clone plus frames. Ratsch has been able to build quite a lot of resources here. That 50-meter pressure reset not leading into much though. Red Wild Assault. Oh, nice pickup here. Although I think didn't have the 50-meter there to go for the decisive wall break conversion. Rygand moves out of the corner, switch sides, and right into the Red Wild Assault. Rygand is ready to equalize the situation. More players with, ooh, the 5p anti here! That could potentially be a kill, but no. Chooses, instead of completing the combo, going into Genrozan. Pressure reset, or rather a reset, just a clean old reset. And a very, very fast start here. It's, you know, usually in this matchup, we would probably, for the first thing, highlight the explosiveness of Mei. But let me say, Chip is a very fast character. Chip plays, not only in terms of mobility, but Chip just plays really fast game. You get caught in, oh, nice whiff punish. You get caught in his pace, it's gonna be this. Whiff punish, burn Red Assault, get the wall break with a super, and now this thing happens. Positive bonus loops for Chip. Yeah, this exact loop. Oh, good FD from Rygand though, able to push Ratch away potentially for an escape. However, Ratch being relentless and Rygand not having burst ready to go is gonna get tapped out from this round. Again, both players going into the next round with full burst resources. So in Season 3, it's gonna be very important. The first hit can often lead into Red Wild Assault right off the bat and a wall break. Check here. Ooh, but the combo actually gets broken there. Ratch dashing back now, giving Rygand an inch. I've never seen Rygand this contained in the corner before. And the backdash shimmy, Street Fighter style. Ratch is absolutely ready to go. If Ratch keeps up this pace, it's Rygand is gonna have to hurry to, you know, get some sort of get his claws in on the match. Everything's just happening so fast. I mean, Rygand also plays this character. He knows what this character is capable of very well. But it's a whole different kind of ball game to sort of stop it. Again, the 5P doesn't quite confirm into 3K. Is that too far away, or is it only a counter hit? Spends the burst here, but immediately again, Ratsch dashing into position and then jump K, preventing Rygand from getting any sort of air shenanigans off. This might be, again, we were talking about the layers, and Ratsch probably has got sort of a sense how Rygand loves to play neutral, just not letting Rygand go airborne at all. There we go once again, ready with the 6-speed. The skies are literally being kept clear. I think Rygand hasn't gotten even a single proper jump out yet. Got that one escape from the corner. But again, the perfect space. Look at this Ratsch with the fundamentals. Waits outside of the instant air dash range for Rygand to land into the button. Ratsch is like totally telling Rygand at the moment is, we're gonna play this grounded. If you try to jump, I will intercept. I will be standing in the perfect position, and a 6P following the minus frames of Dolphin. Once again, this should be a kill with the extra damage coming in from the wall break. Ratsch is unstoppable. 4 games. This man is literally speedrunning it. But I feel like Ratsch has also made some really fast-paced adjustments on their career. Last year when these guys met, I think Ratsch was still, how should we put it? Maybe feeling a little green still, but when I've been watching Ratsch, ooh, but a good whip punish here, hold that thought. Rygand finally finding some purchase. 60% of life gone. This is exactly the place that Rygand is gonna need. Just finding the clean hits. Jump K out of the Dolphin break. Trash tries to DP, not getting punished though. That could have been Ratch's life. But I mean, oh, is that gonna hit? No, it's gonna whiff altogether, and the recovery time of the killer whale a little bit too much. Overhead Rekka catching 5K from, ooh, didn't actually end up going for the whiff punish there, just backing out of the situation. Hold it steady. Rygand with the back air, the backdash jump heavy, doesn't quite hit clean. Both players gotta be very careful. Ratsch is, oh, big counter hit. We're not gonna go into the red wild assault here yet. Gonna use it for pressure instead. Has one more where that came from, and that conversion should beat him. No, the drop, and Rygand actually steals it away. Yes, exactly. Rygand gets, is this the first round for Rygand. It's been just a couple of minutes since the start of the set, but you know, as they say, never too late to get started. And if you have the spirit, the warrior spirit to go, oh, good 6P from Ratsch, preventing Rygand from escaping the corner, and now back into pressure. Ratsch has 50. There are so many ways that this pressure could go. That was probably a really good trade there for Rygand, getting a little bit of real estate. The real estate is exactly what Rygand needs here. Relatively good trade again here. Rygand trading a little bit of life for position, but look at that. Quick 1-2 into Bunky Mesa. Is it gonna be enough? Yes, indeed. Once again, both players moving into the last round with, oh, waiting for the whiff punish. It's the whiff punish game has been one of the make or break factors for both players. I think every single sequence that gets Ratsch started has come from a whiff punish, which makes sense how the character works. But also, Rygand's successful round was from a very nice whiff punish as well. Nice dash under the beach ball, gets to attack Rygand before that goes active. Big throw. We're a little low on resources for Ratsch for a while. Good mash there. A little dangerous, but of course, if it works, it works. It shouldn't take Rygand out just yet, but will offer Ratsch a quick knockdown. And into the throw. That was so smart as well. Rygand had the 50 meter ready to go, so potentially could have unleashed a YRC. Would have had to have like 100 for a reversal RC to be an issue. If Rygand was playing a DP character, Ratsch would have probably had to worry a little bit more about that 50 meter, but as Mei, who only has access to super reversal, couldn't really unleash that you know, that caliber of reversals in that situation. With the 5B into a throw, the classic, or not a classic, but a really interesting maneuver that we've been seeing more from more and more players as of late. Good catch there, couple of hits. Ratchet's life bar already at 1/3. But none of that makes any difference if you have the pace going in for you. Rygand with a lot of resources as well. Next hit is going to be super decisive. There we go with the RC. It's really not an easy burst out of that. Ratsch being, oh my god, from what position? Oh, a very well-timed burst. You know, it works both ways. You could time your burst perfectly to take out the opponent's opponent's super as well as red wild assault. It's even harder to burst the opponent's supers because as soon as the super flash starts, you of course can't burst anymore. So you would have to like preemptively burst and hope for them to perform the super. Now, speaking of supers, going through wall once again. Situation is rather even in terms of resources. However, the positive bonus is the great equalizer breaker here. And this is so in favor of Ratsch now. Big question, is Rygand gonna use burst resources here? Yes, he does. 50 meters still ready to go as well. So not the biggest gamble for Rygand. I mean, it's gonna be a gamble if Rygand goes down here. Oh, but here comes the big punish. Ratsch has to spend that burst immediately not to get killed out of the round. Another great jump gate preventing Rygand jumping out of the corner. I'm not sure if Ratsch is actually reacting to those jumps or if he has the, you know, the best reading classes of the world on right now. Low slash into overhead kiss, the classic. The wall gives out a little too early, probably for Rygand's taste. But finds the hit steal, and this should be a kill. Yes, indeed, with May damage, we are finally on board. Rygand has started the climb back. I mean, we saw signs of life already on the previous game from Rygand, but now, first actual relevant, step towards the bigger goal, which is, of course, in FT7 to take 7 wins in a row. There we go. This is how it started previously as well for Rygand. A good whiff punish. Over half of your life is gone, and what else? Positive bonus. One of the greatest factors, one of the best snowball factors of this game, and you know that's how the rounds tend to look like. It's a two-touch world for these super high damage characters, but almost as important as damage is the run straight into Rygand's 5 heavy. Immediate burst from Ratsch, able to save a decent amount of life bar there. But again, the 5B not going into the 3K. That seems like a really hard string to hit confirm as well. Now Ratsch finding a hit. He's gonna take it to the corner. But without the 50 meter, not gonna get the kill. Again, the question is, how is Rygand gonna manage their resources here? Of course, a good idea to spend all the meter, but if you end up going to the burst resources and lose, that's a big bummer. And Rygand, not having spent any burst previously, is gonna retain all of those important resources for this decisive round here. We gotta get out of that corner. The corner has been the bane of Rygand so far. We are out for now. Jump D from downtown, and Ratsch queues up the RC, predicting the burst point of Rygand. It's still not done yet. Both players gotta, even though that was a good trade for Rygand, usually can't afford to make too many of those trades anymore, being so low on life. We're going to a wall break. But again, not a hard knockdown, and look at the Ratsch. The amount of resources on Ratsch. Spending 50. Rygand is building his resources as well, but how do we get out of this pressure? Deflection actually works out against the overhead, gets a throw, and that should be a kill if Rygand doesn't drop. Or not quite. Last hit. The mid-screen combo. Ratsch lands. Oh my god! The DP goes unpunished. I think Rygand was trying to get the punish there from mid-screen, but it wasn't fast enough. Anything, literally anything, would have killed Ratsch out of that DP. But but so close, yet so far. And Ratsch moves into the ever so important 6 points position. I'm actually surprised that we've seen very few DPs from Ratsch. I think many players who observed this absolute machine playing on double elimination brackets and all kinds of events. You know Ratchman as, you know, an avid DPer, but this time around, probably feeling confident enough, having played Rygand in the casual front, probably feels like they don't necessarily need to, you know, fire the DP all that much. And it could be also a show of, or a recognition of, if I miss my DP, I'm gonna fucking die. This is May we're talking about, and I'm Chip. I threw the ball once again. Rygand completely full on resources, but missing the third resource, the life. At set point, Ratsch. What a performance here. 5k, not being able to punish that one. Rygand this time into the corner here. Here's where it once again starts. Good break from Rygand, but not being able to get a position switch. 5k keeps Rygand from pressing anything after that S-Dolphin. Not anymore the overbearing RPS situation as it was in the past, and now Rygand has to find a burst here. I think this would kill otherwise. Finds the timing, the jumpy once again, the air spaces are clean. Here we go, the trademark Ratsch air DP, unfortunately whipping completely, giving Rygand a chance to run it back. Here's all you can do, Rygand, one hit, it is all that it takes to stay alive, but Ratsch has something else to say about it. Double red assault, containing Rygand in the corner, finds the low, and immediately spends everything not to let Rygand play anymore. And what a run. Ratsch Chip. This guy has definitely come into fruition during the last year. This guy is looking completely different, taking out a high-level player such as Rygand, albeit it was, you know, Rygand in a sort of a reduced condition. Rygand is, of course, slightly sick at the moment, which does always play into your, you know, your competitive performance, but not to undermine Ratch's performance by any means. Wow, that was a run and a half. All right, but do not breathe yet, or rather breathe, but you know, this is definitely not time to exhale just yet. We got another hot match coming up right after that. Sierra, Vice, and Zat. I was slightly worried that we couldn't actually play this because Sierra Vice had some of the TO responsibilities, or was rather on call for some of these TO responsibilities. But I think their bracket was delayed slightly, so as far as I know, Sierra should be able to play this next one. All right, there we go. The man himself. The burly guy, the one, the player of God Lewis. He's rocked this character religiously since the release. I feel like Sierra really embodies. Oh, let me before I get into another side tangent, let me fix the names. Get our handsome fellas on the scoreboard. But I was about to say, Sierra really embodies the God Lewis experience quite well, in my opinion. He's absolutely relentless when it comes to pressure, and he's very consistent at ending rounds of one touch, as of course you should be when you're playing a character like this. I think sometimes I even feel like the only way to stop Sierra is to have the matchup highly in your favor, which, as far as I know, isn't gonna be the case exactly tonight, since Ino can't really, play the role of the zoner as well as some other characters, which is probably the Achilles heel of this character. But while we're talking about that, we've got Sierra working Zat's life bar. However, one knockdown is classically all that it takes from Ino. However, this move is not as its classic counterpart. Stroke the big trees, all of the versions very minus on block now in the current modern Strive. Checks it once again. Just barely with that wide result. And now here we go. This is where it starts. The pressure. Zat is desperately trying to press the burly man away, but only getting pressed towards the corner. Sweeps the ground. OTG finds the jump slash. Prevents. Oh my god, what a launch! What a launch! This is exactly what I was talking about. Sierra-wise, once he locks onto the prey, there is no way out. This is, of course, 50-50 due to how the character plays out, how Goldlewis plays out, but of course, how unrelenting Sierra-wise actually is as a player as well. Alright, hopping out quickly. Running back in it, Sierra-wise with one game ahead. Let's see what Zat has to say about that. Ino is an interesting case from, from Legacy Gear to modern Guilty Gear. I think Ino used to work against big buddies quite well because of, having relatively strong zoning with notes. However, I think Goldlewis is an interesting case, not really exactly a standard big buddy character, nor is Ino really the Ino of the past either. Alright, Zat finally getting some work done here. RC keep the pressure alive, potentially trying to fish the burst from Sierra-wise. There it is, and finds the Gatling gun. Into mid-range pressure, RC. That was a lot of resources spent for Sierra-wise in order to get the ball rolling. This is the flip side of the coin. Sierra as Goldlewis will probably have to spend a lot of that, hard-earned cash in order to just get the game started. So in that sense, we can definitely call Goldlewis a one-chance character, one-shot character in this matchup. Zat once again bringing back. Ooh, Chemical Love misses, but Zat is ready. Ooh, speaking of being ready with a 6P against the Mad Love and with the Gush Crush combo as well from Sierra-wise. Really nice choice of routes there. Of course, if you go into that route without being able to finish, not gonna have a really great knockdown. Goldlewis wants to stick on the prey as much as possible. Oh my god, is that a kill? Get the wall break with the super. I think that should be a kill. This is a full churn. System! Oh my god. One touch. That was almost full on life bar there. And then Goldlewis moment. Duel 1. The ability to make mistakes for the quotations zoner type of character in this matchup. You can't really afford to make any. You have to be very consistent here. Now Zat spending that burst resource in order to contain Sierra-wise in the corner. Without that meter, of course, Goldlewis not with the best buttons of the world. Security drone holding down the fort, vacuuming Zat into it. Let's see. I wonder what that missed jump heavy was maybe trying to go for a dive there. YRC in the air, very interesting position for YRC. Might have actually been Zat trying to drift RC to some direction, but ended up being in block stun, resulting in YRC. Ooh, interesting side splat. The momentum coming in from the dive kick actually puts Zat into mid-screen position. It's exactly what I was hoping for, probably. Set the note. The overhead, and with the use of Wild Assault, able to get the hard knockdown, the ever so important hard knockdown for the set play characters. And now we are full of that good old juice. Break it. It's flowing pretty well. However, Sierra is completely loaded. Right, meter for meter. Sierra actually finds an opportunity to pressure. Mad Love plus frames, get caught on the low, backdash, not quite working out. Ino is infamously hard to backdash against from pretty much ever since the dawn of time. But even so, even much more so in Strive, I feel like. Right, got the backdash once again, and this time it hits. And firing the burst, saving those pressures. Oh, immediate burst to contain Sierra in the corner. And that worked out pretty well previously. This time the backdash ends up working out because it was actually a 2K that Sierra ended up backdashing. The strikes coming from the air are a little sus to sort of avoid with. Oh, perfect place there. Waited for the stroke the big tree, even through that RC. Sierra Vice knew the game plan, gambled, and won big time. 3 in a row.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
And Zat starting out pretty strong. Let's see what Sierra Vice's plan is here with the burst. 60% life gone. At this point, it's probably kind of hard to justify the burst. I mean, Sierra Vice doesn't even have the burst yet because of the red wild assault. But if you don't have the, you know, the tension and the health to back it up, oh, Sierra just says, no, I don't give a shit about that. I'm still gonna use this burst and I'm still gonna try to run it back. Unfortunately, probably not ended up working out for Sierra's favor in this one. And Zat, it's a decisive start. Now very little amount of resources to defend against. Again, catching the backdash. Those backdashes are very vulnerable for airborne Ino. Red assault. Get them into the hard knockdown situation. I think there's no way out for Sierra here, yeah. It was, you know, I think these 4 games are very descriptive, very, this kind of embody the essence of Guilty Gear Strive. 3 straight fast wins, well, not fast wins, but very strong wins for Sierra, and then Zat finally gets their game started, for real, for real. And Sierra just didn't quite have anything to play there with. Although you could argue, you could use the argument that the burst was quite risky there in the previous game for Sierra, but hey, I mean, sometimes you gotta take the risks. If you don't ever burst in a risky situation, then your opponent will also never chase those bursts in the risky situations, right? I think as one of the amazing minds of our time, Nage Faust once said as well. What is this combo? We're juggling into the... Oh, never mind. That's not gonna juggle, but that is gonna set up an Oki situation plus frames from the white RC, and look at how fast this was. The last round, the second round, not even 20 seconds. That's a really quick say back. Oh, you took a round from me? Let me show you how to speedrun it back quick. 6P sees that coming from the air. Zat deems it's time to use those burst resources. Now Sierra getting out of that corner without having to use any of his, so that's gonna be pretty good. Ready with the landing, punishing. Ooh, that's a pretty good starter. We're gonna get a big ground and pound. That's actually gonna be a kill. Yes. Gold Louis Damaher. Neutral trade to start it up with. Ooh, got that little bit of a juggle. 2P calls out the slow overhead, I think it was. So good place from Zat. Knows that sometimes you gotta be a little bit greedy. You gotta be a little bit cheeky to challenge some of those pressure reset typhoons from Gold Louis. Right, juggles to the other side. Zat has so many resources here, but a very difficult situation to defend against. All right, here we go. Did we ever get to use it though? No, with that TK Behemoth Typhoon from Hell Screen away. Those are the kind of Behemoth Typhoons that I always get told that there was actually a misinput. I didn't meant to do that. Kind of looked like that. It's Behemoth Typhoon from the sky is always, it feels always so risky, so much recovery if you miss with that. We're vacuuming the floor. Here comes the overhead. The big overhead's one of the most plus frames out of any. Ooh! Sierra had the scent for the burst. Also able to bluff with the close slash dash cancel in there. Find the low. Still one more hit. That should be it. God! Sierra!
Duel 2. Let's rock.
So what's in common between Ratsch, Chip from previous game, and Sierra from again this route? Damn, that looks so cool. And so much damage as well. Sierra not getting the hard knockdown here. Zat getting their opportunity to play back. Was that a safe jump? Oh, I think Zat tried to actually drift back RC there. Is what I think I saw. But unfortunately, lots of startup for that to do post-flash. Even though post-flash, Gold Lewis is, you know, super, not the fastest one in the game by any definition, especially if it's churned. I think if you perform the reversal super as a reversal, you're generally not gonna churn it, so that you get, you know, maximum amount of, or rather, minimize the amount of startup frames. Okay, here we go with the cross up. It's gonna be a good reversal. And now Zat needs one more hit. Ooh, perfect read on the deflect shield! That deflect shield would have definitely put Zat quite far away. But here's the thing, no matter if you hit the opponent or if you're en route to them while deflect shield is active, RC will destroy all of the momentum inflicted by deflect. That's always a very nice investment if you want to counterplay. Nice whip punish there with the Psycho Crasher from the air. Let's see what we got cooking. Find the low. Not the most damaging, but this will definitely get the party started. And going back to neutral and able to build a lot of those resources back. However, Sierra just swinging from the extended round start position. Oh, this could be the death of Zat here. Slow down their frames. But speaking of frames, lots of active frames for that white assault. God damn! Even while Zat was in the air, I think unleashed the double jump as well. Not able to get out of those actives. Speaking of plus frames, mad love. Frame trapping, very, very daring frame trap with that dive. Sierra Vice ready to unleash the Behemoth Typhoon from the mashing position, from the defensive position. Zat. Ooh, that coffin was really close. Nice whip punish! Didn't get the first one, but got the second one. This is something that you absolutely have to do against Gold Lewis. When Gold Lewis swings a miss with that coffin, you gotta take an advantage of that. You can't let that go unwhip punished very often. And Zat starting to find their stride here. Plus frames from Matlab once again. Ooh, good mash, but however, Sierra Vice. Very safe place here, just chooses to FD the whole string of the Gatling gun, and the back jump K comes down with the knees. Zat is not ready to go down just yet. We might still yet have a run back for our Finnish Inno player here still. I mean, I believe Sierra Vice is trying to speedrun this as fast as possible to get to next stage. They gotta run, because they have an event to host very soon. But let's see, Zat, of course, no sympathy here. Wants to score a win for themselves as well. But this pressure from Gold Lewis, using everything. The burst, sorry, not the burst, the tension, the security gauge. Able to contain Zat in the corner, and this will be the first set point for Sierra Vice Gold Lewis from Germany. Here we go with that. Ooh, ends up missing with the finishing Behemoth Typhoon. Plus frames setting up the guaranteed, or rather the extra guarantee in terms of the security drone. Now tries to go for a deflection. Oh no! That kind of did something. That deflect shield was kind of okay, but was not able to get a whip punish after that. You know, as they say, a lot of these push blocking options, FD, deflect shield, usually rely on the fact that the opponent is gonna miss their strike afterwards. But I think Sierra Vice still went for the big behemoth swing and ended up with punishing Zat in a way instead. Deflect shield, definitely not that, you know, go-to mechanism that will just get you out of the jail for free. That is, of course, the honor saved for our Lord and Savior Blue Burst. Deflect shield will require a little bit more finesse. Sometimes it delivers, but there are times when it does not, and it did not deliver this time for Zan. I fucking love the Christmas elf hat on top of the witch hat. God bless Altini. All right, what do we got next? The first of sins to come. We got 3 this week. Definitely unbiased. Not playing Sin as a main character or anything. QKGG. Love to see my boy on screen, and it is 2 players who, I mean, the next 3 games is gonna be sort of a lot of players that we don't see that often, and next one of them is gonna be pairing of Dora and Sifu. Let me ping both of those. I think Dora is already here, so let's send Sifu a signal. And add ID as well. Alright, Sin, Baiken. 2 explosive characters. Baiken probably controls the air a little more. Sin is historically, you know, a really good character on the ground. And it's doubly so extrapolated in Guilty Gear Strive, where Sin probably drew the short end of the stick in terms of what he can, you know, jump in with. There are, of course, you know, you can always go for the instant air dash FTC buttons, but it is a little more difficult for Sin to approach from the air, whereas Baiken does have that, you know, plug and play, jump slash, as well as the Kabari mats, just has a lot of really good ways to, you know, get their party started from the air if the opponent is not ready to unleash their best anti-airs. Of course, Sin does have a really good air-to-air game. Sin does have that jump heavy, which is massive, really reminiscent of the old jump 6 heavy from Exert times. Able to really, you know, keep the skies clean if you're not looking to approach an opponent on the ground. So you're gonna probably see from, you know, good Sin, or rather seasoned Sin players, a lot of like instant air backdash, jump heavy, maybe dash forward, do it again, dash forward, do it again, to sort of check if the opponent wants to approach you from the air. And in case of Baiken, it's probably given that the opponent is at some point at least gonna be approaching from the air. But as good as Sin Kisk is on the ground, I mean, Baiken is not too bad either, I want to say. Baiken, if there's something that goes in Baiken's favor, it's the startup of her buttons. If she gets close enough, her far slash 9-frame startup, one of the, like, basically the fastest far slash type in the game, whereas Sin is working with a little slower buttons, has a lot of reach for the buttons, really good disjoints for the buttons, but not the best startups for his buttons. And Baiken also has, of course, the heavy Kabari, which can be used as a sort of far-range tool to check the opponent. Lots of disjoint, but again, lots of startup as well. Both characters extremely adept at defensive situations. Baiken has that frame 1 startup parry, whereas Sin Kisk has basically the de facto best DP in the game at the moment. You hit a DP with this character, spending 1 stamina, you basically get the close flash for free. So hitting a DP is really great for Sin. Basically the same as the vanilla version of Leo, getting basically to their game-winning plan from a heavy flash kick. Right, equal trade there. Tatami Mac meeting the Elk Hunt. Ooh, that was very far away. From that distance, the red RC explosion radius definitely not finding its mark for a combo. GS hitting as a counter hit to set it up. Yeah, there we go. The DP, the Hawk Baker. This time choosing to actually cash out with the RC. Not the most amount of damage, but does get a decent amount of corner carry. However, the frame trap with Tatami Man, immediate burst. Did Dora hit a button? No. It is gonna be very crucial. Dora very low on health. That's a lot of blast throw, +7 to be exact from that Elk 2. That whatchamacallit, the look at this. Damn. Sin Kisk Super. Tyrant Barrel, one of the most explosive supers in the game. In fact, the highest damage super in the game, combined with the fact how sort of Sin works out. Sin is very backloaded, not front-loaded, but backloaded in terms of damage. So a great chunk of Sin's damage is often gonna be dealt at the end of the combo instead of at the start of the combo. Very different from many other characters. Ooh, a little late there to punish the Hawk Baker. Of course, Sin's DP is also, to make it even more frustrating, a reaction check and a knowledge check. You gotta punish the first and the second hit between of those hits, lest you're gonna go into more RPS. Ooh, a little too early. Would have had to delay that TP a little bit. But now, Sifu goes for an interesting setup, whiffing with the Yozen completely. Players gotta be careful here. Next hit could be close, missing just barely with that Elk Hunt. Finds the 2 heavy and finds the kill here. Dora moves to 1-0 position. Good start here. And like we speculated during... Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. I've match screen. Thanks, Aatreus for pinging me about that. Damn, that's the one mistake that QK once again made. Peripheral vision. Use it. Put a hiccup here. Once again, choosing to cash it out on the Hawk Baker. Lots of meter here for Sifu. They go under that far slash with the user 2 heavy. Not hit confirmed though. And here's a hit confirmed from Dora. Really quick one as well. Nice jump back, defending the airspace. That's the one position where Sin is actually pretty okay when it comes to air game. The horizontal reach, not just the jump heavy, but also jump slash has pretty decent horizontal range. Not vertical, but horizontal. Smash here, 2S into 2 heavy, causing Sifu to unleash that burst. And bring it back. No super to break the wall. However, Dora's life is slowly running out. Lots of cross frames. Chooses to RC it as well. Interesting. And a good check here. That's good knowledge for Sifu. If Sin chooses to RPS with a command dash from Hawk Baker, it is basically never gonna be safe. The only way you can use Gazelle Step safely is out of that Elk 2, the Elk follow-up that is +7 on block. That will actually play, or is it +8, I think, raw. That will actually make the Gazelle Step +7 and allow you to go into close slash if wanted. Ooh, a little bit too much bounce here for Sifu. The instant overhead. Is Dora gonna get the burst out? But very low on resources here. Sin, of course, would swinging a miss with the far slash and gonna get caught by the reversal super. So Sifu evening it out 1-1. Right, it is on. Both players have gotten 1 under their name. The data is being downloaded.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves,
Both players really following through with their hit confirms fairly well so far.
Duel 1.
So the explosiveness is definitely palpable that we were talking about. So that was almost looking like a trade. Here comes the super immediate burst. So the DP, not, you know, of course doesn't deal too much of damage, but sifu absolutely knows that that DP is gonna go into close slash. So if I don't burst this, I'm going to be taking pressure. And sometimes, especially if you can get your opponent into the corner with that burst, it is definitely worth it. FT pushing that hoof stomp overhead away. Very nice. The 5 heavy. First miss. The first hit misses. Sifu recognizing and whiff punishing that. It's one of the downsides of that button. That 5 heavy is extremely great for Sin Kisk if it, you know, if both the hits land. But if Sin is too far, you know, it's very easy to going into low profile button as a DP punish here. That's definitely one way to do it for Sifu. I've actually never seen that one before. Usually it's players attempting a close slash for a big juggle starter. But if you go for a low profile button to sort of catch the second hit coming down, that can be pretty okay as well, I suppose. Very nice escaping from the corner and the jump slash holding down the airspace once again. Big conversion, early super. Speaking of supers that can do a lot of damage, TB as well as Vikings damage super are like that. Raw blue RC gets to attach the tether. Did Dora hit the button here? Yes, he did. Into 1, 2, 3. Tenchi Jin, one more. Misses with the Kabari. Going for it a little too early. Yeah, this warms my heart. That was like very old classic tatami defensive bike and play, straight from old Guilty Gear. I mean, it's not as, because they changed tatamis, you know, startup and stuff like that, it's not as potent as it was in the past. You would see back in the day a lot of Viking players, when they wanted to be super defensive, back jump tatami, or instant air dash back tatami. But it still works quite well. You know, your opponent would have to read it and start their dash forward very early to get into a space where they get to punish you. Too heavy from Viking, hitting as a counter hit and going into a very nice combo as well. TK Yoza, nice stance up to block it. Too heavy, dangerous whip there, but no response from Sifu. If he hits, no meter to convert into a wall break. Nice mash there. Sifu went into the command dash, trying to get a better position, crossing through Dora. Drifting into a throw. Was able to see that during that slowdown frames of the drift RC, Dora had something active, or rather not active anymore. So basically the throw was guaranteed there if you're able to have your frame goggles on, if you will. With a close slash, going into too heavy, plus frames. Checking if Sifu wants to jump out. Wasn't ready to play the air dash out immediately. There we go! 6P, that's a very massive horizontal range for a 6P. And works really well out against Viken, I think. I think a lot of characters actually struggle with their 6Ps against, you know, some of the tatamis or jump slashes for Viken because they just don't have the horizontal reach. The Sin Kisk is a big anomaly. The downside of the 6P is it doesn't hit high as much as it does hit horizontally, but like depending on the matchup, it can really work in your favor. And finishing the round with just a classic hoof stomp, one touch. Didn't even need to convert that. DP, first keep them in the corner. I can agree to this. Quick TK Yosen. The second TK Yosen actually ends up whiffing. Approaching from the sky once again. No anti-air attempts here for a big, rather Dora. And I think I saw 2S. Yes, indeed, active already. The reversal super once again pushes Dora into the corner, plus frames out of Kabari. Tricky. And into the throw once again. That does make a lot of sense as well. Dora did have 50 meter there, so DP RC was a quite likely option. A very attractive option would have been for a lot of players there. So going in with the empty jump, and checking if they wanna DP, and then if they respect, getting a throw. And I guess it should be said that, you know, the throw ends up calling out the DP as well in this game. Ooh, ends up missing with that the ending DP there. But not missing with this combo and getting the Karak. Perfect clean hit. Massive damage coming in for Dora. But here's the defensive option. First time that we see the reversal parry playing into this. And then immediately combine it with the reversal super. Using all of the tools in the toolbox. Nice, with punishing the recovery frames of Elkhunt. Elkhunt is one of the most premium ways in Guilty Gear Strive to sort of try to neutral skip and slide straight into Europe. Oh, big close slash attempt. Able to recover out of the Elkhunt fast enough. Sifu unfortunately put himself in an ending recovery there as a result of that jump D, I think it was. Attempting a whip punish, 5k, not reaching far enough though. And Sifu again tried to punish between those DP hits, but again slightly too late. DP bursted into the corner by Sifu. Oh, here's a burst from Dora as well. Got the bait, but switched positions. Sifu does have the life lead. And another drive by Yozan puts Dora into the corner. Goes for the throw a little bit too early, or perhaps just a couple of pixels too far. Now Dora will potentially have a chance to end it. No! Ends up whiffing the meaty once again, I think. There's a lot of whiffed meaties this set for Dora, I think. Unless they are, you know, conscious setups. Speaking of conscious things, close slash, we go into the basic BMB. Get the heart, sorry, not getting the heart knockdown here. Have to wait for stamina as well. I think in seen matchups, when the opponent, oh, but hold that thought. Here's the burst bait. Sifu with the patience, not ready to burst yet. Burst to DP, hit here. It's gonna be a hard run back, but we can definitely do it. Go for the super, cash out. This is gonna be a hard knockdown, but full screen, so can't do too much. Elkhunt finds the mark again. The old faithful of all Sin players. Delivering very respectful amount of low profile frames as well. So unless the opponent is, you know, even if the opponent is airborne, unless they're coming down with a very vertical hitbox, it can be easy to miss the incoming Elk a lot of the times. Very nice start, slam slash, air dash, jump slash, straight into DP. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was probably a good DP. Sorry, a good burst there. Counter hit 2D would go basically into hoof stomp and into some of the biggest damage that Sin can deal out of any starter. Other side with the tatami mat. Able to attach the Escabari. Let's see, does Dora have the unique combos, the create your own combo adventures with the S tether? Right, soft knockdown here. Oh, are they gonna burst? Yes. With that amount of meter left. Ooh, that's gonna completely whip it. That's gonna be an anti-air close slash opportunity to end the round. Unfortunate. Perfect positioning for Dora to be at that very moment when the gun super was launched. That does have, from the air hit, that does have a little bit of an angle. So if the target is too close to your feet, too close to you, the cannonball is completely gonna whiff. Players attempting an air-to-air, whipping each other, plus frames, RC once again. I think that's sort of a Dora saying, all right, I think my Elk 2 is gonna hit, but not as a counter hit, so I'm gonna attempt to hit confirm it with the use of RC. Very low on stamina here. Goes for the 2S, meaty, answered by the parry, and not respecting the plus frames of Escabari at all. This brings Dora 3 points even. A little bit of a run back is the first 3 rounds First 3 points for each player. I think this is usually like the point where the data has been downloaded, and now from the download process we're transitioning into the processing stage of the match. How do we utilize the data that we've seen so far? Okay, dropping it too heavy. Oh, big frame trap once again. Dora, of course, still wants to play this since they're rocking with basically 75 meter. Far slash, not leading into too heavy from that far distance throw. We're gonna set up our best Okiseme Zimbabwe shenanigans here, and that's gonna be a hit. One of the worst situations you could be put in when you get normal thrown against Baiken. There we go, very minus. But if you're not getting hard punished, you can always have the opportunity to go into that reversal parry. 2P, not hit confirmed. However, runs under that jump slash and gets a big punish as well. Tyrant Brave bringing in the massive damage from clean hit. And with the one piece of stamina, ooh, was probably waiting for the reversal parry. But I gotta say, Sifu has been really good at rotating their wake-up options. It's kind of like the layer 1 is that I have a frame 1 parry that is gonna beat all of your meaties. I mean, this will beat your meaties as well. It's not gonna be enough though. Both players need that one more hit. Defensive perimeter has been employed. Oh! That was very interesting. The YRC unleashed, unfortunately, against the heavy Kabare, which is usually quite minus the heavy Kabare follow-up. Wait, that was a point for Sifu as right. Yeah. That was a point for Sifu, I think. I blinked and I almost missed it. Alright, going under, and once again, wake up with the 50 meter. Tenchi Jin. Push Dora into the corner. We are ready to pounce back from that backwards position with Elkhunt once again. Not quite getting the 2K pickup there. I think a little too pro-rated combo. But hanging back a couple of seconds, Dora has been able to build back the 3 bars of stamina, which is extremely important. Sin can be very like feast and famine kind of character sometimes. If you end up blowing your load, so to speak, spending all of your stamina too early into pressure and into combos, sometimes you have to, you know, stick back and wait for it to reload before you can engage in some of your better RPS situations and hit confirms. So in that sense, if you ever see Sin at very low stamina, I think it's probably worth it to try to engage him instead of letting him just hang back. Ooh, that's a big counter, too heavy. And we got the meter as well. Not being able to unleash the Kara Super, probably maybe a misinput there. I presume there wouldn't have been any reason to not go for it. Yeah, there we go. Dora once again bringing it 4 even. They've been going neck to neck since the start of the match. Looks like we got a nail biter on our hands. Again, the jump slash from Baiken. Very good at defending the airspace. Ooh, ran straight into the Kabare, but unfortunately that was the heavy Kabare, not the S1. Speaking of the S1, both players actually missing in that situation. 2K versus, was that 2P? Yeah, get out, and the drive by Yozan once again. That's such a nice privilege for Baiken players. If you manage to just air dash out of the corner and you pass over the opponent, you still have an opportunity to kind of check them if they don't unleash their anti-air option, which usually should be like an air throw or 6P into the wrong direction. You get to check them with that little bit of a drive-by Yozan. Alright, 1-2, very minus there, but the 2S is gonna be too slow, unfortunately, with more than 10 frames of startup. Reversal DP. Right, cast out. We get the position in the corner. 2K. Is it gonna recover fast enough? I don't think so. Yeah. Tenchi Jin will once again work out Really nice frequency of hitting that reversal super for sifu. Get the wall break. Yes. Yozan, oh, by hitting it very high up in the air, and Dora recognizing and getting the punish. Big counter hit. Sifu chooses to still play it, but it does not end up working out for Sifu. And now, because of that burst they chose to play, he's gonna go into this last round without any burst resources. Luckily for Sifu, though, the burst does recover quite fast in Season 3. The bad news is that in Season 3 there are so many good uses for that burst. Namely, Wild Assault. But I mean, Baiken is not a red Wild Assault user, so it's okay to spend the burst on burst. Sin, however, oh, but hold that thought, the quick throw PRC option select here. The risk you take with that option select, or rather the benefit of that option select is if you miss with the throw, you're gonna RC immediately. The downside is if you hit with that throw, the damage is not gonna register and you're gonna get basically a downscaled combo. But it's basically a sequence that trades safety for a reward, I suppose. Ooh, RCing the hoop stomp a little too late there. So missing the optimal combo. Still working the corner though. Here we go, Sifu gets the trademark super jump air dash out. Ah, and the second hit of the DP, the DP2 is also completely invulnerable. That's the downside of if you don't get the punish against the first DP hit. Sin can choose to spend one more stamina and go into another completely invulnerable follow-up. Set the big throw with the gun. Yeah. Wait, is that actually plus? The gun is plus on the ground, but from the air to ground situation, huh? I thought that was actually minus for bike, and maybe I'm actually wrong. Good mash there. Into very nice advanced conversion as well. Season 3 stuff. 2PP into DP into 2K pickup. But now, Sifu's time to mix, unless we don't get enough plus frames there. Goes into reversal parry. Back to back. High risk, high reward options unleashed by both players. Nice jump out. Neutral trade, however, probably in favor of Sifu here, because Dora is slowly running out of life, and there it is, the air dash jump slash. The old faithful able to build finally some amount of momentum for one of the players. Ending up being Sifu Baiken here, who moves into 6 points and making it ever so what's the adjective I'm looking for? Difficult, pressuring, uncomfortable to make this comeback. Ooh, custom combos? Hello? Not a whole lot of us have, left our BNB combos if we, for some reason, seem to have the S cavalry attached to us if we're not the Baiken player. Here's the tatami frame trap once again, going into full conversion. Sifu doesn't have the 50 meter though. Blue Wild Assault to guarantee the S cavalry plus frames. Get the side switch. And yep, the Kara Super is there. Once again, I think Dora hasn't missed a single clean hit, so really great timings. Moving from Season 2 to Season 3, they did increase the window of the Kara Super, rather the clean hit super, a little bit, but it's still not the easiest thing in the world to hit. Alright, overhead, good blocks there from Sifu. And dash over into unleashes. I wonder if that was a frame kill or if they just missed the Yozan. Safe jump once again. This time no DP. Although, I think, I gotta say, ooh, nice backdash out of the blue Wild Assault. And the confirmed Sifu now, because of having used that Wild Assault, has no access to the blue burst. And the Wild Assault from Dora actually burns the meter. Finally is able to access it. And this combo might be able to build to the 5th meter, not quite. And a classic. set up the TK Yozen, high, low. We don't even need to converge in this situation. If we need one more little bit of a tap, Sifu has found it. At the very end of the set, went basically neck to neck for the first 8 games, but then 3 consecutive wins for Sifu. Finding a victory, able to process enough data. I'm gonna be honest, I was watching the game, yet I'm not quite sure what was the decisive bit of information or adjustment that swinged it in Sifu's favor in the end. Really cool match nonetheless. All right, next coming up is our French sequence, starting it off with EliteFatale versus Keturin. So EliteFatale making a comeback. This will be the second matchup for him on Bounty Hunters. For Ketu, it's gonna be their entrance match, the debut match. It's been a long time coming as well. Ketu has been pretty vocal and pretty active in the Finnish Strive community. So I've been actually surprised that we haven't seen Ketu so far too much on screen. But better late than never. In terms of EliteFatale, let me actually check my cheat sheet once again. Yeah, their first match was against Tatsei Leo, which was fairly tight. Long range versus damage, pressure, and whiff punishes. I'm actually curious how well can Giovanna in this matchup, play the whiff punishes or the whiff punishing game. Because it is definitely not the easiest task to avoid Bridget's strikes. Far slashes, the slash sequences, the 5 heavies, even the scooter, sending up yo-yo, a lot of those things have a lot of reach and are relatively fast for their reach as well. But on the other hand, a lot of this stuff has a little bit of a startup as well. If we get into this primary striking distance, the kind of like mid-range is distance, I think Giovanna should have the tools to challenge Bridget's stuff. We of course have, if it's the projectiles, we do have Spiral Arrow, we do have the Flip Kick, or the Axe Kick to sort of skip past low profile stuff. We also have, what else do we have? We have, I'm forgetting something. I just had it in the tip of my tongue. I'm forgetting some very important tool. Anyway, I guess we're gonna see it. Ooh, misses with the far slash. And a good whiff punish there from Elite. 6p. Towards the corner, spend the blue RC to restart your pressure with the best possible amount of plus frames. So for the blue Wild Assault users, when they use their Wild Assault during the pressure, they usually don't do the same as the red users. They usually get to reset their pressure and gain 1 extra benefit. For Bridget, it's gonna be, after the blue assault, able to send the passive yo-yo as well as check them with like 2k. And then the yo-yo is gonna come back and you're gonna get a really nice block string sequence. However, Elite making quick work of Ketu on the round number, or rather the game number 1.
Duel 1.
Ketu unable to get into the pressure position more than once, which is probably gonna be a lot of what. Ooh, nice whiff punish attempt, but was a little late there. Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. The 6B as well as the DP. So the DP probably offers some amount of really nice, you know, mid-screen counter pokage against the high-profile pokes, such as the bar slashes and the 5 heavies from Bridget. Of course, I'm speculating. I'm not super sure if those are actually, you know, tried and true methods, but hey, we have a lot of games to build up our knowledge base together here, unless somebody has the prime matchup knowledge from being representative of one of these characters in the chat. Alright. With 6P once again able to get to in the corner. Excuse me, getting a bit of a hiccup attack here in the middle of the game. 50 meter ready to go for Elite. However, that's what I was talking about. The middle striking position. The dash momentum from Gio's step dash combined with her normals gives her a surprisingly decent amount of, you know, mid-screen poking potential. Go into a cross-up and still gets the conversion 6B. Wait, that wasn't... Huh? So Elite used 6B there. Ketu chose to rock with the 5B and both of those missed each other, huh? I guess it's because Bridget's 6B doesn't have the most like horizontal range out of 6Bs in this game. Right, nice whip punish there from Far Slash. I think that was not a true punish. Ooh, the too heavy. Calling out the Far Slash active frames or the recovery frames from Ketu. Blue Wild Assault setting up the house once again, or the yo-yo, rather. Ooh, nice smash before the yo-yo actually gets to come back. Now Ketu with the Red Assault conversion, spends 50 meter into it as well. This is surely gonna be a wall break unless... Probably better to actually drop them in the corner before the wall breaks so that you don't have to give away your position for free. Because, again, this is kind of a zoner character, and as a Geo... as a Geo, you're playing a striker slash rushdown character who probably never wants to let their prey slip away. So if you break the wall without a super or a wild assault, it's kind of working against your game plan as Geo. So if possible, always have the hard knockdown ready to go. Ooh, interesting. Which side? Converting into a throw. OTG, set the yo-yo, and here we go. Time for you to block a couple of hits. Ketu, though, with a pretty decent amount of, or pretty decent defensive maneuvers. Manages to get a really nice BMB combo in there as well. But a quick clip into RC. This shouldn't be the kill just yet. Ketu, ooh, tried to air dash over Elite. One more. The far range of the 2D finds its mark 2B into up kick blocked. Good 6B. Yeah, there are a couple of different maneuvers you could use to defend your corner position versus somebody who's trying to jump out. If you think they're gonna just neutral jump, 6B will work pretty well, as Ketu just showed here. And now speaking of corner positions, Elite working with this one, resets the pressure using 50 burst. Good trade for Ketu. And we are out. Or are we? RC goes for it a little too early. However, Ketu was concentrating on using the deflect shield here. So, in fact, the RC maneuver ends up baiting that sequence. I guess a little bit of a demon's luck there for EliteFatale. Once again, the 5B. Quick check. Seeing if Elite's block string is indeed airtight or not. Blocks on the jump D. And the FD, I think, ended up FDing Elite into a position where Rock the Baby just couldn't have the reach to grab anymore. Difficult reaction here. Didn't quite get to input the super in time. However, not like we were gonna need that super anyway, says Ketu, unless one more hit. Where's it gonna come from? Ketu does have burst ready to go as well, so a lot of different tools to make this work. Spend on blue RC. Nice is able to break out of the step dash. We are not Johnny Spondy. Oh, 2 heavy, I think that's gonna be it. It was just that close that the wall break or the wall stick wasn't gonna save Ketu there. Must have been like up to a couple of pixels of health. In a different universe, Ketu will survive that combo, I think. Alright, anti-air spiral arrow. Getting full screen corner carry. Spending the burst as well to keep the corner position. Elite responding immediately. Trying to get the wall, oh nice! Back and forth shimmy. And the close slash. Hits true. But not very hard this time, although we probably didn't need it to hit too hard, for now Ketu does have a massive life advantage and 5-step 5 heavy with 100 meter as well. Ooh, footsies! There's the flip kick. Whiff punishing was that far slash or 5 heavy from like basically full screen distance. So yeah, a lot of interesting options for Giovanna if you want to go into your special moves. Slash 3-hitter, ends up whiffing, but not being whiff punished by Elite immediately. Corner position, tries to bait the throw with a backdash shimmy. No reaction from Keturin. Oh, was that still a? I think Ketu actually pressed the button there after the backdash. Very low on life, and Rock the Baby is gonna find the hit this time around. Dashing 6P. Players fishing. 5 maybe a little too far there for Ketu, unfortunately. The burst has been once again used in aggressive manner. There we go. The same shimmy as previously. Of course, if you do punish the throw, misses with a throw of your own, you're not gonna get the most damage out, but you know, hey, you're definitely gonna be happily working with what you got. But that is to say, in Guilty Gear Strive, if the opponent misses their throw, there is a lot of damage opportunities out of that counter hit state. Nice, this is another way to bait out the throw. This time Elite goes for a back dash and a meaty close slash called out by the reversal super by Ketu. Alright, we are on board, and the opponent hasn't run away too far just yet. So still in a very comfortable striking distance. EliteFatale definitely not able to comfortably talk shit yet, as they say. For the dog's claws are near. Speaking of dogs, here comes a couple of up dogs. I am heavy into 1, 2, 3 RC conversion, gonna break the wall. Unfortunately, gonna let Elite go back to neutral here, but again, like we say, positive bonus is gonna work its wonders. Even if you are in a defensive position, Ketu is gonna recover quite a lot of meter as well as burst here. The startup of 5D is Wire Seed. The 2 heavy called what from Ketu? I blinked and I missed it. 6P, there we go with a whip punish, and finds the 2S. That's a low, right? 2S from Giovanna, I'm pretty sure. Usually like 2S's that don't hit very far, tend to be lows. That's a yo-yo. Was an active one. Nice whip punish with the raw red assault. Get the cross up. Tried to, that was a good idea. With the disjoint of the 2D, went under the DP, but then I think, was that cancelled in something? Up dog, RC, keep the pressure going. YRC, get off me into a throw. There's a little bit of a slowdown here. But hopefully the players are not feeling it too much through the wall without the resource usage. Now it's Ketu who gets to go back to the neutral. I kind of like that idea from Ketu. Saw the passive yo-yo, so Ketu was like, all right, I gotta strike right now, or the yo-yo is gonna come back, and I'm probably gonna have to hold pressure, which was probably something that would have, you know, killed Ketu right then and there with that amount of hit points. 6 heavy, yep, punished. I think that 6 heavy is minus enough to get a punish with basically any character. Is it? There's a lot of actually frame advantage things that I'm not quite sure about Giovanna. Got the Yayo coming back and combining with the far slash sequence. Blue RC reset the pressure. Oh, but not a clean ender here, so Ketu able to air dash out and get their own pressure started. YRC, get off me. Good check. Backing out of that minus situation after the up dog. Again, the able to low profile under, but again, not quite punished properly, that DP. Hoping the combo. Is Ketu still gonna fight for it? Hits home with the air super. That's not gonna be kill, but is gonna build 50 meter for Elite, or is it? Basically 1 meter away, forcing Elite into some uncomfortable choices. Not quite ready to hit the DPRC. So chose to just hold it and Ketu cashing out on all of that respect. Getting ever so closer to Elite's 3 points. What's up, dog? Not much. How are you? It's the so you know when Giovanna kicks upwards and there's like dog this one. That's the up dog. I love that. That's up dog for sure. Kick it with the up dog. Send the dog into the skies. Anyway, so RC conversion here. This is not. Oh, okay. We're gonna get the corner position. Not quite the wall break. Using the active yo-yo and able to secure a kill as well. Step dash through the yo-yo. What about the far slash of Elite here? Ooh, that 6B actually reached high enough. I mean, I guess what Bridget 6B is lacking in horizontal range, it definitely makes up with vertical range, as far as I remember. Right, use the BMB combo. Elite has some options here. This is a very low wall slump, so gonna be scoring most of the damage from the Roger portion of the super. And now, very nice read, OTG, not quite getting it. Ketu still has a chance. Jump BP, YRC back, and into a throw again, yeah. The same option that Elite played previously as well. So both players sort of finding a lot of success with going, or rather cashing out on the opponent's respect, going in with the throws for a decent amount. Neutral trade, probably okay for Elite still. Finds the head. Not still out of the danger zone completely, and we are out. Okay. Yo-yo coming back, we got the mix up. Ketu has been pretty good at defending against the strikes. However, it is once again Rock the Baby, the command grab that catches them at the end of the sequence. Nice fight, BP, not quite yet confirmed into a proper combo. Ooh, interesting. Did Elite miss the timing there on the blue RC? I mean, of course, you could try to play a little... Oh, far slash, hello! Working as a makeshift anti-air. It does have the active frames, at least. Oh, and plummets himself to the other side of the screen and engages with the Roger dive from backside. Speaking of cross-ups, this character has those as well. Check with the low, check with the far slash. It's the passive yo-yo, gonna extend this combo. Ooh, gonna extend it too much, actually gonna plop Ketu out of the corner. First has been used, far slash, not reaching high enough this time. Active yo-yo. And finds the hit. So it's a little bit of a 50-50 depending on which yo-yo Bridget chooses to use. I forgot which button makes which one happen, but the active yo-yo is what has a hitbox when it's, you know, when it's unleashed, and then the other one only has a hitbox when it's coming back. So if you can make your opponent respect the passive one, it's always more value for you as a Bridget player, because your follow-up situation is going to be better. Oh, jump BP. Neither player going for the air throw in that situation. Finds the low with the 2S. Immediate burst from Elite. Doesn't want to get contained in the danger zone against one of the most explosive pressure characters in the game. I'm actually surprised that the axe kick didn't catch Elite there. 6B, RC into more pressure. Finds the hit, not quite the kill. Deflect shield does put EliteFatale back into mid-scream. However, it only does so much when you are a striker type of character versus a keep-away character. In that sense, the deflect shield, I mean, the deflect shield is kind of okay against Bridget's mix-ups, because it kind of doesn't care if Bridget is going high or low or whatever. But then on the other hand, if you don't get a whiff punish after the deflect shield, it doesn't really put you in a good place as a Geo player. Well, that was a valuable interrupt there against the Wild Assault from Ketu. Still have the corner. Knock down and goes for the kill with that throw. Really good frequency of throws for both players. Play it up. Check them with the 2S. Not able to hit confirm out of that 5D without the use of the passive yo-yo or 50 meter. Respecting after minus frames, Ketu now being pushed into the corner. Nice 2 heavy catch on the jump out attempt. But Ketu not done just yet. Still with a very decent amount of buffer for life. Dash under the yo-yo. Didn't manage to safely land, but also Elite not able to put Ketu in any sort of a block string sequence throw. Oh, actually, wait. was that RC even needed there? Deflect shield once again baited by Elite. Has been, I want to say, one of the banes of Ketu's defensive game in this set. I think without the deflect shield, Ketu has blocked the raw pressure fairly accurately. Hasn't missed too many overheads. But then on the other hand, on the more, the more committing options, speaking of committing options, Elite crosses up, baits the burst and gets a proper punish as well. And now looking to potentially put Ketu on a set point position. Let's see if Ketu has something to say about that. Swinging with the 5 heavy, but we are a whip punish character on the Bridget sides of things as well. Set point EliteFatale. The French people are looking to get their first win of the evening into the rock, baby. RC, we are going into the corner. Probably not taking the wall break just yet. Ketu. Ooh, nice moves. The double dash under. Landing in a perfect place. Let's see if Elite wants to save this burst. No, they want to end it right here, right now. Yo-yo is set. Ketu finds their way out of the corner. Good block on the axe kick. The dance is on. 6B hits. Ketu doesn't get a clean air dash in. Oh, but there we go. Perfect. Instant air dash. The Street Fighter fundamentals. Because basically the yo-yo set can be treated as a basic projectile. 6B into hit confirm. And we are alive. Chat room. They're still alive. It's still possible. Equal amount of bursts going into this last round. Both players have the option. Oh, goes for the throw a little too early, unfortunately for Ketu. And it's still going. A little bit of a drop here. Into Red Assault. Gets the drive-by axe kick into a throw. Into cash out. This is surely gonna break the wall. Yes, indeed. So now Ketu has equaled out the life situation, but they are working against still an overbearing amount of resources that Elite had saved up. RC basically forcing Ketu to go for the angle! The angle wasn't right! The angle didn't work out for Ketu there! Both players striking. Usually Geo players would be happy if their opponent was pressing a button in that situation. However, Bridget being a little over Ketu's head that time. The downward angle does not serve Ketu at all. And that marks the 7-2 win for EliteFatale. The French flag has been hoisted up. And as an extra celebration, we're gonna go into overdrive mode. What is better than one French Sin player? 2 French Sin players. Sin Mirror. I'm trying to recall if we've had a Sin Mirror so far in Bounty Hunters. Probably during the Sin deal, like the week Sin came out as a DLC. But other than that, I don't think so. Let me send signal to Elverts as well as Manakel. We actually have Manakel in the room already. Alrighty then, this is an interesting matchup. So we got a boy with a DP. So we were talking about how Sin is probably the best DP character in the game at the moment. Sin also consequently has a little bit of an Achilles heel against reversals. There are various strings that are quite prone to getting just DP punished. Too heavy from Sin is the prime example, the classic that people just tend to mash their DP when they see that move coming, because it's like either it's gonna have a gap and the DP will punish, or Sin can only make it airtight and there's gonna be, you know, none sort of a way out to call out those DPs. So those two facts combined, I think we're gonna see potentially a lot of DPs in this set. Let's of course see how these gentlemen are looking to play this set.
That they cannot change society. So instead of
Because of course, baiting a DP, Sin is a very explosive character. You bait a DP once, you're probably favorite to win the game after that. So there is of course risk attached to running the strongest reversal in the game. And Sin DP also has the sort of unique disadvantage that it can be run under very easily and then punished with a fully charged red assault for basically an unburstable punish combo, side to side wall break and everything. Alright, so let's see which Sin is which. Let's figure that out first. Ooh, that was Elverts who got the burst bait? So Elverts is the pink Sin, and Manakel rocking the yellow one. All right, note to self, pink, yellow. Ooh, nice pickup after the 5B. Usually looking for the close slash if you manage to 5B straight hit as an anti-air, but you know, in that situation, we'll take the far slash as well. Alright, into Elk. Elk, pressing your advantage. Of course, if you choose to spend, you know, that 2 stamina on the hit and then chasing them down with Gazelle Step, it puts a lot of strain on your stamina resources. Ooh, interesting anti-air option there with the 2D. But of course, it does make sense because Sin doesn't have the best vertical reach for his jump-ins. Ooh, just to punish with a DP instead. Alright, Elverts, we see you. We see you.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
Just read Imu's message in the chat. Nice defense there. Ooh, 2AB actually ends up working as an anti-air there. Into Wild Assault, we're gonna go coast to coast. Finding a hit, but not hit confirming. 2k OTG and punishing, getting the counter hit punish, but no cancel, unfortunate for our Elverts. Doesn't even need it. Jump D, cancel on landing into DP. Jump D is another very interesting move. Jump D cannot really be cancelled into anything other than special moves on landing. It can be hard to hit confirm, but it can also go into some really nice damage. Wakes up with a close slash. Oh my goodness. The nerve. Nice. Ooh, using the hoop stomp as a frame kill here. Sin does have access to all sorts of funky amount of frame kills if you wanna. The whiff punish. What was that? That was the biggest got. Wow. All right. 6 heavy. I mean, it's one of the best starters for Shin as well on a counter hit. So definitely the damage is there, the rewards are there. Going under the far slash. Ooh, a little bit of a shooting a miss there. Nice whip punish, too heavy against the far slash. There might be some layers to these players playing against each other, both playing. Oh, anti-air with the too heavy once again. Go into the corner, OTG should be enough. Oh no! The 2S wasn't actually enough. I thought that would have been a sufficient amount of damage. I wonder, so there's a couple of options that you could use for the OTG there. You could go with a 2S, but you can also go with close S. I wonder if close slash would have been enough. It shouldn't be too much damage either way, because, you know, OTG damage is quite reduced. Unless you're working with a normal that has specifically like a property that it does full damage on OTG, or almost full damage OTG, such as like Soul 6 Heavy. Right, 1-1 position. The French Sin Mirror develops. Nice whip punish into full damage. Let's see if Manakel wants to unleash the burst this time. Not quite yet. Bursting out of the corner pressure position though. There's the 2S. The 2S is very dangerous. Unless, of course, if you can make your opponent respect the 2S, then of course, sure, by no means. Second even. Oh, wait a minute. It's completely gonna whiff, but Elverts chose to unleash 6P there, so ends up trading into the RTL. Yes, once again, and a nice call. Wait a second, the deflect shield active frames went over yet, so Elverts went into the RC so early that they actually drifted into the deflect shield and then got pushed back as they were trying to whip punish it. Yeah, lots of too heavy in this matchup. Never seen this active too heavy usage from Sin before. Very interesting. And it's been working out surprisingly well as a whip punish as well. 2S catches the raw red assault attempt from Elverts. So plus frames. Checking if Manakel wants to engage in that dangerous throw-breaking shenanigans, but no. Just holding on to and taking the pressure from Elverts. 2-1. Yeah, the growing boy is very fast-paced character. When you got 2 in the screen at the same time, the matches are surely gonna go pretty fast. Alright, just chooses the air dash into safety. 2P clashing. Players fishing, here we go. Elverts finding the air dash in, jump slash. Momentum burst. Manakel unleashing their own burst as well. Oh my god, very wide swings, wide whips from both player. Frame trap, the 2 head. Oh! What was that? I think that was a punish on a backdash maybe? Very interesting. Into full conversion. We do have the meter as well. Are we gonna go into RC instead of super? Nice whip punish there with the Elk and the quick RC conversion, combining the 50th burst as well, taking Manakel into the corner. Very costly conversion, but I mean, a win is always a win, and I would say rather over-invest in your round wins rather than under-invest and, you know, let the opponent steal it. Manakel Getting a very decent hit here. Needed too heavy. DP. Straight into the close slash distance. Jump cancel, probably trying to hard bait a burst there. Oh, there we go. Second time's the charm here. Using the RC this time for the burst bait. Did Elverts press a button? No, he didn't, but this is a very interesting position. All right, going in with the throw punish, plus frames from the 6K. And the too heavy once again ends up being the better choice of buttons. Wow! I think this is almost, is this just gonna whip? RTL? From which side? Was that a cross-up? Hello? This seems like old RTL shenanigans. In Exert, there used to be like a vacuuming property to RTL, and it, does that exist in Exert? Sorry, in Strive? That looked like a setup, but I'm not 100% sure if it actually is. Very interesting indeed. 2+ frames, cashing out on the respect on the +7 this time, or +6 is it? Into hoof stomp. Even despite that hit, hoof stomp, unless you go into RC, the hoof stomp isn't gonna convert into much anything but its own follow-up. So if you try to double it up, so to speak, and use the command dash instead, the opponent always has an attempt to escape if they are ready to go. YRC into 6 heavy. 2D ends up being whip punished by Elkhunt. It should be a kill, right? Yeah, with the last the last moment gets a wall slump. And the wall break takes care of the last pixel of health. And the raw Wild Assault start, run start from Manakel. Go, spending all the remaining stamina. But the operator 2 heavy, oh my goodness, 6 heavy hit confirm into RTL, big value. And as we say in the Kisk family, 1 hit into RTL, break from anywhere. Oh, but this is a big hit, tries to bait the first. Also, Elverts basically had it. Jumpy, not enough hit stun, but still converts into a throw. All right. Elverts starting to slowly pick up some steam. 4-1. I mean, even this game wasn't a free one for Elverts.
Duel 1.
If there is a defining feature for both of these Sin Warriors that I'm seeing, it's definitely the pace. Fast pace. Sometimes you end up whiffing with your normals, with your confirms, with your sequences. But don't let that discourage you. Just go fast. Don't let the opponent play if possible. Don't let the opponent react to what is happening on the screen. That is a very potent playstyle as well. And Sin Kisk is definitely one of the best characters in the game to run that sort of game plan. Good patience there, making all of that land on block for Elverts. Bar slash close enough to link into too heavy, or rather Gatling into too heavy. With punish, yes indeed. We don't have the stamina, so can't go into the Kara Super there. Still getting the wall break. What's gonna be next? RTL. I think I saw the startup of RTL here as well, but the RC, perfect place from Elverts. I think Elverts did a very late RTL. I think I saw the startup of RTL, but I can't be sure. It was either RTL or just straight off drift back RC. Nevertheless, the guess went in favor of Elverts that time. Completely able to avoid the first hit of RTL, and yeah, there's no follow-up after that. Alright, tried to delay the follow-up here, so not being able to combo. Elverts is completely out of stamina, so ooh, that could have been a punish. So, Sin without stamina, you connect with any of your special moves, and if you don't use RC, it's actually gonna be, all of those hits are gonna be punishable on hit. So it's always very important to look at the stamina gauge of your opponent's Sin. to check if there is actually place for them, or if you can just, you know, mash buttons and get a free punish. So the ult in question here, if not cancelled, even on hit, is gonna be -5, so it's gonna be jab punishable for most characters. Alright, gonna throw and cash out. Ooh, goes with the fancy combo. Alright, alright. Jump D combos, always pretty cool. Nice bar slash whiff punish there on the whiff too heavy. That's the downside of too heavy. It is a big starter, and the 2 hits will move Sin forward as well. But if it is whiffed, it is quite punishable. Quite punishable, and Elverts has been taking advantage of that on several occasions so far.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. Duel 1.
Sin definitely gets the grass stains. He's just that kind of boy. That kind of active boy playing on the sand, in the sandbox, and you know, wherever young boys are playing. Alright, with a big counter hit. However, again, we do have to use the 50 meter or the follow-up if we want to, you know, convert out of that boot stomp. TB, yep, putting Elverts into a quick set point position here. So Manakel needs to pull out some sort of magical strategies here. I think it's been, especially the neutral that has been favoring Elverts thus far, especially the whiff punishes. But now Manakel has a big chance. Ooh, goes for an OTG too heavy, so getting punished there for missing it. RTL, very great choice. The TB probably, unless you get a clean hit, wouldn't have broken the wall here. So great choice of supers. Gotta go into the wall break once again. And one hit to take the set, potentially for Elverts. Ooh, big 2D counter hit. However, the DP was not close enough to hit. And they're drifting into pretty much a free punish at that point. Recovering out of that throw is gonna take frames after frames, massive amount of frames, especially with the RC slowdown. And Elverts, Ishnard is the superior Sin player today here. Good consistency, fast pace, and especially the whiff punishes were probably what ended up swinging it in favor of Elverts this time around. Alright, gosh. The games today have been very fast-paced. Basically the two matches went by so fast. We got this Sin mirror, super fast. Even that, you know, even that Sifu versus Dora and the Elite versus Keturin games were pretty fast. Next, I bet the pace is not gonna be any slower than that, because we have Aatreus, super explosive Anji player, entering the fray. Even though it is against one of the slower pace characters in the game, Pridget. I think because Anji sort of exerts his own game plan and kind of forces the opponent to play in his terms in a sense. It's of course all about the spin. If you choose to, you know, /5 heavy as Bridget, Anji always has an option to spin into it. And you spin into it, you use the fish, it's a hard knockdown. It's we've seen this matchup time and time again. We've actually seen this exact same character pairing. And in fact, I think it was Aatreus that took down our previous. Wait. Actually, let me take a moment here. Let's first call out the players into the lobby. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was supposed to message Aatreus. Then let's also get Whammel in. We should probably ping both players on the on the Discord side. Anyway, all right. So let me actually check from my cheat sheet. I'm pretty sure it was Aatreus who played against Bridget recently and had really good success with it. Or am I mistaking Aatreus for somebody else? I think I am. Who was it then? Who was that mysterious Anji player who recently took out? I think the match I'm trying to recall is Meadow Bridget versus Yaruchi Anji. And that basically, that was like 4 events ago. And that was like a pretty massive wake-up call for me. Or not necessarily, you know, I've always known that Anji is, you know, abnormally good against keep-away characters in a certain way. Of course, Anji does have, you know, difficulties with the striking, the neutral and the like, but the fact of the matter is, Arches has put so much power in that gorilla spin that you basically can't avoid it. Even if you are a keep-away character, you are every single button you press, every single moment of the match, you are engaged in that spin RPS. Even when Anji is not using that spin itself, you are still engaging in the spin RPS. You can never escape it. Every single moment, you gotta pick your spots. You're gonna try to guess, is Anji gonna spin here? And if so, how much do I have to delay my strikes to get that big counter hit starter? And from a different point of view, Bridget, when you do get that quotations big counter hit starter, it's not gonna deal nearly as much damage as Anji would from a clean hit. So it's a very interesting kind of a conundrum. You have to be very precise, you have to, you know, not be scared, of course. If you, as a like an Axel player, Nago player, Bridget player, Testament player, one of those, you know, keep away characters, if you start being scared to play neutral against Anji, it's gonna go downhill very fast. But at the same time, if you get caught in the mind games of the spin, the spiral is very fast to happen as well. So it's
So instead of reflecting on them,
you gotta hold steady and you gotta be precise. And what better player to, you know, showcase the precision than Whammel? These are two players that are standing either, depending on your point of view, at the very throne of the mid-level, mid-tier, intermediate players, or at the pre-advanced stage. I think you could definitely call both of these players advanced players, right? And speaking of which, there's the RPS far slash from almost half screen away, immediately spun. Yeah, Aatreus is looking for their spot. This is one approach that you can take. Really nice reach from Whammel. Dash in, throw the spin, dash in, throw the reversal parry. Big wins, the reversal parry, especially when you manage to call it out. You have not only managed to get a big punish, but also you made Anji waste that 50 meter. And Anji without 50 meter doesn't really have any real extra extra reversal options per se. Alright, 2K, very nice 2K there. He's very far and calls out that yo-yo set. Alright, Aatreus is completely out of the resources. It's a backdashing into the Roger. Not the most damaging super once again. That Roger super is for the most part for what do you call it? For utility. But I mean, when the utility ends up stacking one upon another, Bridget eventually is gonna find enough good starters to deal enough damage to take rounds as well. So this is one for Whammel, but I think we're gonna get the first disconnection here. I think Whammel might actually be on point and noticed. Let's do some magic here. Damn, I already ran out of my bottle of water. I am parched. My throat is dry, and we have 2 hot matches still to go through today. Holy, chat room, save me. Turkey ballerina. Yeah, Anji does have a little bit of that dancer lore. It's funny though, in older Guilty Gear lore, I don't think Anji used to like have any sort of dancing related lore attached. But then when it came to, you know, Strive, suddenly there was some. Maybe I just don't know my lore well enough. I think the players are actually playing this out. I didn't even notice, but Whammel does have the clout gas as well, the blue kind. So that's already a really nice distinction of that already says something about how much these players have committed, how, you know, in the game they are. Getting even the weakest version of the clout gas requires quite a lot of games per month. That's a lot of Celestial Tower games to gain that, let me tell you that much. And when you play that much, it's almost guaranteed that you know, that's like what, thousands of games. So it kind of goes with the territory that you have such a massive amount of experience from that previous month. Anyway, I presume that was for Whammel, the one that we missed on stream, unfortunately, and we're gonna engage this battle, or re-engage into this battle from a 2-0 position. So Whammel, so far, able to tame the beast that is Anji. You know, one mistake, it's a 2-tap game for Anji. If you have the resources, if you find the hits, the momentum can swing so fast in Anji's favor. A knockdown here from Whammel. How we're gonna set it up? RC, high-low. Oh, but here we go with the Strive classic back throw incident. Good punish there. Gonna be a counter hit. Ooh, the footsies, the 2S. I think, was that the low follow-up of Hujin that Aatreus went for there? Oh, perfect, and gets the close slash counter hit as well. This is exactly what I was talking about. You get a one good read, it's 60% of the opponent's life gone and positive bonus for you. Could RC this? No? You can just hold it steady for now. Lots of resources to defend with. Let's see what Aatreus is gonna go for. Go in with. Reversal parry. Initially baited by Whammel. Oh, he saw that! Missed the punish though, because Aatreus basically drifted back out of that RC, was unfortunately too far to get a punish on that improved blue RC in the Season 3, as they made the attack level of the move slightly higher, so, you know, much fewer advantageous frames, even if you bait it. And what a hit here for Aatreus from that jump heavy counter hit. Oh, and the RC, or the burst, yeah, again. I think this wasn't the true punish? Yeah, I think it kind of looked like Aatreus was a little late to be a true punish, but hey. A burst bait is always a burst bait, and will definitely take, even for a burst bait, that 50 meter is a good investment in my opinion. I mean, especially if your opponent is at 0 health and
you're trying to find the last hit. Alright, setting up the close slash. Aborts the combo though. I think it was a hard bait from Whammel. Nice win, buddy. Oh, hello? Yo, Aatreus with the tech? Spent a lot of meter on it, but ended up being safe at the end. Hard knockdown with the fish. Whammel trying to go for a cheeky little throw there. But Aatreus had halted the dash just outside of the throw range. Nice 2S counter hit, gonna go into a decently big one. I mean, not that big in terms of like how much damage Anji usually deals. Blue RC, push them into mid screen. I think that time the Wild Assault, did I say Blue RC? I meant Blue Wild Assault was literally just to buy a little bit of real estate, push Aatreus out of the danger, or into my own danger zone, push myself out of the danger zone. That's what we wanted to say. Yeah. Was pretty costly. Whammel did end up using both of the burst charges for those Wild Assaults, but hey, we got the wall break at the end, and we were able to build like at least around 40% burst, so not too bad. Nice jump out of that pressure. And the high-low once again from the RC. Looking good so far for Whammel. And Bridget with the massive corner carry combos. These are the advanced combos that we didn't necessarily see earlier. But with these high-level players, oh, nice cold burst. Aatreus is gonna, oh my goodness, again, really nice awareness there. Ends up breaking the wall a little too early for Aatreus' tastes. Go ends up being counterpoked by the yo-yo. Yo-yo set that is. Ooh, the butt, the counter hit. And Aatreus ends up, are they gonna burst immediately? Yes, they are. Whammel was looking for that bait, but didn't hold the bait long enough. Doesn't matter. Into the fray we go. Kickstart, follow up, spin those yo-yos. Whammel, 2 games of advantage here. 2P ends up being the round start option from, oh, okay. Went in really deep there. But a lot of these very deep dashes into throws are RPS options geared to take out those, either those held Fujins or those held Suigetsu no Hakobis, aka the Gorilla Spins. Right, RC once again, this time Aatreus holds the low block. And are we gonna get a, if we get a wall stick, it would be a kill. No, we're just going into a reset. Happy little accidents, or perhaps premeditated. We shall never know. Good wave punish. Quick 1, 2, 3. Aatreus in the corner. Tried to go for a 2S there as an Abare option, but getting thrown for their troubles, I think. Coming back, getting plus frames, close slash into, yep. As much damage as we can do before the wall break. Aatreus, nice 2S there, counter poke, but I think it's kind of hard for Anji to convert out of a 2S counter hit that far away. Yep, triggered. Didn't get the close slash, so not the biggest conversion, but we're working with it. Go again, yep, I am plus, so if you press a button, it's gonna be a big counter hit for me. Yeah, there we go, the deep dash into throw, once again. Throw RC, not the biggest damage, but staying safe is the name of the game here. At least until Anji has spent their 50 meter, and now it's much more, reasonable for Whammel to engage in that Oki RPS when there are no reasonable reversal options available from Anji.
Duel 1.
Yeah, it makes a big difference whether Anji has 50 or not. Nice 2S once again. The disjoint working in for Whammel, working in Whammel's favor. Wall break, blue RC, or sorry, blue Wild Assault. Excuse me, princess. Set the yo-yo. It just tried to poke low there, able to low profile under the yo-yo initially. Stay still, lost frames, and catches the the spin attempt from Aatreus once again. Man, that's I gotta say, it's really active and really active RPS from Whammel, and she's been hitting those options right fairly often as well. So this is definitely not Whammel's first rodeo when it comes to taming Anji players. Nice, got the ball break, super, hard knockdown. Should build almost full burst as well at 50 meter for Aatreus here. Lots of different options. Hujin hits. But the hit wasn't the cleanest possible. Nice bluff there. Ooh, already queued up the Hujin. So getting punished by Roger Super. And just a clean. Yeah, that was just an aggressive yo-yo set. Generally doesn't lead into much, especially if, you know, if the opponent just gets hit by the stray yo-yo. Oh, hello. We're going back to lobby, perhaps. So Aatreus reporting a little bit of connection issues here. But again, the question is it, you know, is it something that can be fixed for either one of the players, or is it just one of those bad routing kind of days? The black magic of internet technology. Yeah, it's been called that. A lot of rollbacks have been happening there, making the players lose the track of things. Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. Both the players said it's like it is playable, but you know, when some of your biggest moves get screwed up by rollback, it does feel bad. So I'm recommending that we would actually make one of the players host the room instead. Because more often than I would like to admit, it's like the third-party spectator ends up actually causing some extra delay that actually does not exist if it's one of the players who's hosting the room. So a little bit of an intermission here. We are gonna still keep playing the match, but we'll have one of the players host the room instead and see if that improves the situation at all. Of course, it's also always basically my utmost priority to offer the players as good of an experience as possible, and having a clean connection is the #1 thing that you would love to have in fighting games, competitive fighting games especially. I mean any competitive games, but especially in fighting games. Right, we get Whammel putting up a house. Code.
Network.
I mean, Aatreus is... We've seen Aatreus with... I think we've seen Aatreus in worse situations than this before, and definitely the kind of player who can come back from situations like this as well. Oh gosh, there are a lot of rooms with this particular code. Wait, what was Whammel's name? Is Whammel just Whammel? Yeah, it's so funny. It is a rather common code, so there are a shit ton of rooms with that same code, and I can't find Whammel's room. It's the, I guess the downside when you just, you know, pick a very generic combination of ID. Sorry about that. Alright, new try. Alright. See it. Now we're in it.
Welcome.
Hopefully it works out like this. I mean, most of the time, the lag issues have fixed by doing this. Like, way too often. I say way too often because that means that the lobbies are cursed from Arx's side, somehow. But anyway, here's to hoping. Let's see how it goes. The situation is 5-1. So Aatreus can afford to lose 2 more. Yeah, and Aatreus says the ping seems much better. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Why do the lobbies do this? But it indeed seems like it sometimes just fixes itself when the third party spectator is not the host. All right. With the improved state of the internet here, Aatreus enters the fray, tries to run it back from a top position. But Whammel, the only thing that Whammel has to do here is to keep playing how she's been playing so far, right? Ooh, got the got the burst bait here. Not the best start for the comeback. It's gonna be a hard knockdown. Aatreus completely out of resources, has the 50 for deflect shield potentially. But pushing character like Bridget back can only do so much. Yeah, we got the good stance, but the very nice presence of mind. Backwards drifting RC from Whammel. I think, wait a second, I think Whammel already queued up that before Aatreus was able to go into the fish, right? Because often enough, if you touch the spinning frames and Anji goes for the fish, there aren't too many options that you can use to get out of there. I mean, you can always RC and backdash, which is, I guess, the go-to. Ooh, clone slash on the backdash, but wasn't a clean hit. Overhead hits. Is it still dancing? No, the active frames of the spin have been spent. And Whammel, 1 game away from sealing the deal here on the 6th match of Bounty Hunters. Guys, that was very delayed low, but unfortunately without the rewards, or without the 50 meter, there aren't gonna be too many rewards. Even on counter hit, Anji got kinda, like, a lot of Anji's special moves got very gutted due to, like, the Season 3 changes where all the special moves that move forward. Oh, but hold that though, we got a big counter hit here. Bait the DP, Iseogi. Not gonna kill, I think. charge. This is one of the weakest hitting Oh my god, not gonna off-course kill. I counted exactly that 1 pixel. Didn't I tell you, chat? Didn't I tell you? Never gonna kill. I did the math in my head and said that 1 pixel is how Whammel lives. Too bad that was not gonna do much for Whammel there. Got chipped out by the shin. Alright, good 6p. Alright, Aatreus. Starting to look much better. Are seeing the pressure. A nice read there on the shin. If you just respect that projectile from the skies, it's gonna be quite plus for Unji. Ooh, still got the whiff. After the whiff, got the pickup. 1 throw, could be it. Lots of plus frames from Ko. Jailing in the corner again. Nice jump out of the shin. But the 6p, look at that! Look at that! I think Aatreus got a hairbox or something. Or a hurt box. That was from abnormally far away.
Duel 1.
And the comeback is potentially on. 2S calls the 6p round start from Aatreus this time though. The Wild Assault set the pressure. No choice but to hold here if you want to play it safe. Colliding with the yo-yo, triggering the butterfly. However, Aatreus hasn't been able to better their position. And a really nice read again. Deep dash throw calls out the Suigetsu no Hakobi. Hard knockdown into. Have to hold this safe jump. And the mix-up afterwards. Low into dash throw. Layers upon layers. Whammel standing at the precipice. Only one round is all that it takes for Whammel to run away with the win. Let's see what Aatreus has to say about that. Again, this combo, we saw this earlier from Aatreus. Is Whammel gonna burst or... Oh no! No! At the worst possible moment, the delay hits. But what is done is done, and now the pressure has been transferred to Whammel to a certain extent until we got the back throw. Whammel has so many resources to use. Even after this, we got another 50 ready to go, as well as a full burst gauge. Looking tough for Aatreus. Gonna have to make some good J. Ooh, okay. Burst is not gonna be there. Aatreus needs 1 more. Oh, this is not good. This could actually be very bad. The damage is not gonna be too much, but is it enough? No, it's not. Aatreus lives. Gambles with the spin. Oh, and the tap dust ends up doing the deed. The one time when tap dust is acceptable with close to no life to spend. The 21 frame, or is it 20 frame startup? The reaction check is what ends up taking it home for Whammel. And unfortunately today, the run back, there was none. But still, good stuff from Aatreus, fighting it till the very end. Got that 1 extra win there at the end as well. 7-2 is, you know, doubly 50% better than wait, it's 100% than 1-7. All right, you heard it here for okay. Let me take a deep breath. We still have 1 more to go. And I'm already hyperventilating, dying on the microphone. 1 more for the round. McNuggleton and FISHMAN. Let me host a new room. Or, I mean, I could ask one of the players to host it to begin with, but maybe we'll just do it like this. Maybe we'll just do it like this, like they do it in the Discovery Channel.
Welcome.
Okay, we got the room. Let's prompt FISHMAN and
Alright, so the lore of this matchup is the hunt for the first Anji victory on Bounty Hunters for McNuggleton. He's been definitely on the upward trend, starting with, I think, 4-7, 5-7, 6-7, and then another 6-7. And those 6-7s went down to the wire. McNuggleton, as you know, as it says in the player card, there's no way that McNuggleton would have a third double Luigi in a row, huh? Or is that possible? Maybe McNuggleton is just cursed to play these most nerve-wracking, nail-biter-ish games you could ever imagine. And I mean, that works for us. That honestly works for us as spectators. Those are the kind of games that we love to see. But of course, there are certain consequences for players' psyche when that happens too often. So let's see if third time is indeed the charm. I did hear McNuggleton talking that they weren't quite as confident in the Chip matchup as some might be. I mean, Chip is quite the fast and strong character. And Johnny is, of course, quite whiff punishable as well, especially if you go into your heavy buttons. Right, we got the OK from both players. On the way. Matchup imminent. Yeah, I think most of Johnny's heavy buttons have literally like the same recovery or even more than Nago's 2 heavy. And we know how whiff punishable that move is. I think Nago 2 heavy is something like, I think it's exactly 30 frames of recovery. And most heavy buttons for Johnny are kind of the same category. 30 frames of recovery is more than enough for this character, Chip Sanif, to get his shit together, go, I don't know, do a couple of backflips and pet the otter, and then go whiff punish, right? Of course, if Johnny manages to get Chip in the corner, manages to get the guard breaks, it's kind of tough. You only have your DP to work with. Although a lot of like basic guard crush setups, deal into Mistfinder. Mistfinder has a lot of disjoint, so they are relatively DP safe. And I believe Chip doesn't have an invulnerable super, right? I think Zanzeroga is not Invu in this game anymore. It used to be in Exert, but no longer in Strive. And Banki Messai is only projectile Invu. I mean, while we are waiting for Fishman to join the lobby, let me actually check that. Let's get our frame data. It's kind of obscure data. I'm not sure if this is even worth checking for. So Zanzeroga is not Invu? Yeah, Zanzeroga is Invu since 6 frames, so that's not an Invu reversal super. And Banki Messai is... Yep, only projectile Invu. So the relevance of that is, if your character has an advancing reversal super, you can kinda catch Johnny standing like at a far distance and doing Mistfinders in order to trigger the card. So characters such as Sinkisk, Kaikisk, who else is there? Leo. Those kind of characters who have a reversal super that advances really fast can find some RPS in those Oki situations against, spacing like this exactly. Right, dealing. Once again, into the guard crush. Hold this. Gets that throw. Oh, sorry, burst bait. McNuggleton looking very crisp starting from the get-go. FISHMAN though. Look at the amount of meter. Oh, here we go. Ah, just kidding. But there was a big investment there for a quick fake out. Alright, jump heavy. Able to convert it straight into the corner, and this is the difficult spot. We don't necessarily have, you know, the best of mash buttons. And Johnny, without the use of 50 meter, does not have any access to true reversals either. And now we flow, plus frames. Yeah, you've seen these strings before. With a positive bonus, we have so many tools to reset the pressure over and over and over again. Yeah, look at that. Dash forward was able to register that McNuggleton was in fact air dashing out of the corner and was able to run back and fight B. That was really great for FISHMAN. Oh, sorry, wrong names by the way. Let me fix that. And there we go. The right gentleman on board. Oh, and now it's actually FISHMAN who ends up baiting the burst. And being in positive bonus, this could end up really badly for McNuggleton. However, not able to just find the decisive nail on the coffin. However, the drive-by air dash a la Biken, same as air dash out of the corner into jump slash or Gyozan. Same energy. Plus frames from the clone. You end up respecting it. How plus is that actually? That's it's plus quite a bit. Plus shit ton, as we say in the industry. Hard bait here. FISHMAN not ready to unleash the burst just yet, so getting very nice value. Sanse Roga, like we checked. Invo from starting from the frame 6, but ends up doing the job here. Alright, burst by FISHMAN as well. Ooh, McNuggleton tried to take a forward step, but Johnny being, oh, here we go. Reversal supers, I got those. This is a real one. But I think the RPS situation earlier where McNuggleton was taking a forward step, sort of showcasing the biggest weakness of Johnny as a character. Johnny, the only character in the game that cannot FD cancel or block during their forward dash. So forward dashing on Johnny still quite a bit of a risk you take in this game. Ooh, gets a deal bluff, however. FISHMAN dashing out of it. Back dashing out of it. Deal into. Ooh, we're doubling it up. Okay, okay. Cashing in on the respect. FISHMAN probably knows this setup. There isn't too much you can do against, you know, a spaced Mistfinder like that. And the Johnny players are starting to use that to their advantage. When you can condition your opponent with the incoming, you know, Mistfinder mix-up, the high-low, you might be able to sneak in a more devious mix-up. Just reset the pressure and then go for something even better. Alright, 1-1. Alright, a quick Mistfinder gets, oh, hello. Was this a misinput or just a big play? We shall never know, but both players have engaged or ejected their burst resources. 6 speed catches the Alpha Blade. It's a little bit of a misfire and ready to punish it as well. Close slash into big combo. This could break the wall, should break the wall. Yes, indeed. Joker trick. Able to break the wall from almost anywhere. Yeah, and with style as well. I mean, What's My Name is technically more damage, but sometimes you are just not in the position to use that super. So, you know, you're completely happy taking the wall break with Joker trick as well. Got the bluff here. Trigger the turn up. Deal once again. It's gonna flow. But FISHMAN ready to gamble with the throw here. Hard knockdown with Wild Assault. Oh, both players spending meter for meter. Smart thing to do when your opponent clips you with that blue RC, which puts you in a slowdown state for so long. Better inflict that on the opponent as well as drift out of that position. Oh, burst baited, but not punished. 2k whiffs. And McNuggleton still has a stand base, the bird of their own! Oh, McNuggleton, if he's not gonna whiff this. Oh, rolls into the setup instead. Throw is gonna deal enough. Nice. A little bit of a slip up there from FISHMAN. And McNuggleton ready to take advantage of it. I mean, Guilty Gear has always been the fighting game that is so fast-paced that you can't avoid making mistakes here and there. Nice backdash, by the way. Throw, get the setup. But yeah, Guilty Gear is that, you know, fighting game where everybody is bound to making mistakes, but it's about who is able to come out of those mistakes or make those mistakes look intentional. Is that what I'm trying to say? Anyway, here's pressure from McNuggleton. FISHMAN has so much meter, but how are we gonna get out of there? YRC would be one option, but if your opponent is too far away, the TK misfire, break the guard once again, and this time Zanseroga is too slow! Way too slow to attack McNuggleton. Nice reaction on the command grab. Another one. No, sir, we are going airborne. Right, 1 alpha. Into a low. 2 alpha. Into pressure. Overhead. All of these small touches. Oh, this time it works out. All right, all right. So the thing with that interaction, you do have to be relatively close to the opponent, especially if the Johnny player has 50 meter and can drift RC out of that situation as well. In that situation, you would have to be close enough so that they can't, so that their RC does not have time to start up post-flash. Nice DP into pressure. This is gonna lead into a wall break if FISHMAN so desires, and of course, why should you not? Nice wave punish there with the instant air dash. However, the jump slash doesn't produce enough plus frames, and now caught in the guard crush loop of Johnny. Dash in DP. However, Nuggies staying extremely patient. DP into the corner. Gotta be a little more patient. Overhead. Can't react to that. Slashes. Big damage. Has to. Ooh, nice timing on the burst. Bursts FISHMAN actually into the corner. Dash 5B out of there. My name is baited, and FISHMAN evens it out 2 apiece. Lots of really fast-paced RPS options played there. And barely any time to react to, you know, if those things hit or not. It's a speedster kind of a world. Guilty Gear, old school, fast-paced mix-up game. No time to wait. Plus frames on the clone, but not was enough to grant FISHMAN a dash in back. McNuggleton is building quite a lot of resources here on the receiving end of this pressure. But do we... Oh, 6 heavy? Was that a misinput on what's my name? I guess we shall never know, but we will go into the guard break loop here. Red Wild Assault, guaranteeing more pressure, but YRC finally used, yeah. I really do like the use of YRC, especially in Season 3. In Season 3, hard knockdown, wall break, opponent is building a shit ton of resources. YRC is honestly one of the few things that can actually make it all stop. I mean, there's of course burst, but you kind of want to save, especially if you're a red user yourself. What? The TK downwards? What? Oh my god, FISHMAN going overdrive! What are these RPS options? It's working out for FISHMAN though. Drifting out of that 6P, was that not in range? I guess. Deal into guard crush. Lots of plus frames. All of those guard crushes are technically a tick throw attempt or tick throw opportunity as well. A blue RC, oh, meets FISHMAN out of the air with the red Wild Assault and slicing down low. Nice backdash once again. Alright, into the guard crush loop. Now the basically the objective, hold Chip in the corner, loop their guard crush, make them unable. Oh, I think this is baited. Do we have the punish? I think McNuggleton actually dashed into the wrong direction initially, so late to the punish after Zanzai Roga. Jump out. FISHMAN took a little bit of a backstep there, so was aware of the spacing, but wasn't able to unleash the anti-air. Here comes the BMB conversion. Are we gonna get the wall break? No? Happy little accidents, resets, whatever you wanna call them. Jump K from McNuggleton goes active faster than whatever FISHMAN tried to press. I think FISHMAN has been going in with the heavier buttons such as jump slash, jump heavy. So probably not able to match the startup speed of McNuggleton's jump K there. Ooh, 6K into a nice red assault conversion. Too bad it was whiffed though. Stays on top of the RPS layer. Get the punish. Yes, indeed. Overhead Rekka. Always punish that shit. Oh. Was holding the Mistfinder. I think I forgot if there's a recovery window that you need to go into to cancel out of Mistfinder, but probably got punished there because of that. Counter hit is imminent. Big Xodeka counter hit from 2K. That's the name of the game. If you actually get to the end of your opponent's risk gauge, it's gonna basically do the big counter hit, even if you use lights. Well, FISHMAN recovered out of that ordeal. 50 meter for McNuggleton. FISHMAN dancing around, trying to bait perhaps the reversal super that McNuggleton has unloaded or loaded and ready to go. DPRC, my turn. Oh, another DP. Might as well, because I'm probably dead with one more hit, says FISHMAN. Yeah, didn't press a button, and then dash 5K, the classic. The party starter of Chip Zenith. When you can manage to dash into a range to get 5K, you're basically in your favorite range. That's basically the wet dream of every Chip player. If only I could get close enough to land 5K, the pressure. Starting with a close slash. Jump canceling. I wonder what that was. Maybe a misinput. Red Wild Assault. Forced the opponent to hold still. Got the combo. Immediate burst from FISHMAN. Ooh, whatever that button was, wasn't matched for McNuggleton's jump K that time. Jump K, what a button. And do we have the punish this time? Nope. Because FISHMAN is willing to spend 100 meter into that sequence, but it is not enough. We are not out of there. Ooh, jump slash. Getting the counter hit actually producing slightly too much. Hits the... Got McNuggleton by surprise there. Hiccups. Curse you, hiccups. Right, Rekka hits OTG into the wrong side of the screen. But now with the use of the slowed down frames, able to land the Sansei Roga, goes for the hard bait. McNuggleton, good RPS, initially doesn't hit it, so gets the extra value, but then doesn't find enough purchase when the actual burst came out. 3 points each. We are looking at a nail biter here. Uh-oh, wait a second, is this the prophecy? Is McNuggleton the chosen one, or perhaps the cursed one, to play 6-6 matches on Bounty Hunters over and over and over? Here we go. Tries to... I thought that was the right answer from FISHMAN to call out the bluff, the block string deal with a dash forward and button. I think they didn't get far enough. Back dash shimmy. No reaction from McNuggleton. McNuggleton is completely loaded. 100 ready to go. It could be anything. Who finds the hit? Immediate burst. Yeah, since FISHMAN still wants to fight for it. Check. Didn't press a button. Still alive. Very close to positive bonus. It's gonna be a burst. Yes, they see the burst. FISHMAN once again with a nice burst bait. This set has been a battle of burst baits for sure. Both players having really nice hunch for each other's timings in that regard. Working with the corner. It's the faded 5k distance. 5k once again. As long as you get your 5k. Really nice to run pressure with this character, especially if your opponent's back is against the corner. Try-by shootout, upwards alpha, another alpha. Blocks properly this time, so McNuggleton definitely on the same Yomi layer. However, tries to finish with the style, sends shuriken. Oh, DPRC finds the low. Yeah, that was still a little bit of a mix-up there between 2k and perhaps tap 5D. All right, Fishman once again grabs the lead. And we are once again sent back into the lobby, I think. Wait, wasn't it 3-3? Did I accidentally press -1 for McNuggleton? I think it's supposed to be 3-4, right? Because, you know, I have the eternal problem of having a keyboard, mechanical keyboard that kind of produces double taps. So, I mean, this time it was just my potato fingers. I touched the hotkey that actually reduced point from McNuggleton. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw it was 3-3 at one point. Looks like the players are still playing it out. But luckily this is still very early into the set, so even if Fishman manages to procure another point, we still have plenty of games ready to go based on the trends happening in this match. It's been going one each. One for you, one for me, one for me, one for you. Edge and the momentum is still on Fishman's court though, and it looks like Fishman has taken one round of a lead here. It's neck to neck in terms of life bars once again. It would be kind of cool if you could see their meter situation as well when you're spectating in the lobby. There were a couple of trades here. McNuggleton getting pressured in the corner though, with the last bit of health. Not able to pull through. It's another one for Fishman, it seems like. Whoops, not that button. This button. Okay, so Fishman 5, McNuggleton 3. Not all hope is lost, of course. 2 games, 2 wins, and McNuggleton could be right in there where the prophecy has foretold. Very nice. I really like Fishman's ability to sort of dash forward and 5B when McNuggleton is going for the bluff deals. And by bluff deals, I mean during block string, if you deal, you are of course putting yourself in a punishable situation if your opponent is ready to retaliate during that window. Alright, fade again. Not building. I was like, is the tension bonus gonna build enough meter for Fishman to, you know, cancel during the super? But no, that don't happen. This should be enough though. Bam, 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 and the last hit is a big slash. Ninja. Yo! Alright, starting with the strong options and staying outside of the throw range, getting a big counter hit as well. Yeah, bluff deals such as this. This gets a lot of value for Johnny if the opponent just sits still nicely and lets you deal another card. Okay, finds the low, into more pressure now, pushing. Ooh, okay, the drift actually brought Fishman in level with McNuggleton here. Not able to break out the pressure though. Chip is ever so dangerous at point blank range, sporting the fastest buttons in the game. Ooh, big close slash. This should be a kill, right? Yeah. Roughly equal amount of burst left. Goes in with the jump. The hitbox doesn't quite align. Jump slash from Chip. Ends up taking the cake. Switch up the sides and keep the pressure alive. Yeah, Red Assault into. It's so nice to go from Red Assault into a throw because Johnny's kind of like Biken in that sense where a throw just gives you so much value. Whoa! I thought that was actually baited. But McNuggleton able to land that from 2 character lengths away. Big damage in. Respects the close slash. Fishman still has the burst, has to fire it. No left health to spend. No health left to spend. No left health to spend. All right, QK. Okay. Hold on. The run back. The mini run back is still alive. McNuggleton closing in on Fishman's 5. I swear, it's written in the stars. He's the one. It's gonna be 6-6 again. Mark my words. Up slashes. This is one of the most damaging conversions Chip can have. Yes, indeed. Big damahe. And now, my BB doesn't quite manage to hit confirm out of it. Ooh, missed with the overhead Reka, but that was a frame kill. I guess? Or? I don't know. Ooh, up slash, that's very punishable. We were talking about those massive recovery frames of Johnny's. And that goes for missed fighters as well. Look at that Fishman once again with another really great burst bait. They're dashing in there, but the jump slash hits too high. It's gonna be make Fishman 2-, and now McNuggleton has. Ooh, nice block on the overhead. And we're out. All right. Even though Fishman got hit on the way out, I think this is infinitely better than staying in the corner. Sees the burst, the RC has been pre-queued. Looking really nice there, Nuggles. Small amount of advantage for McNuggleton. A little more meter, or burst rather. Backdash out of the 5k. Okay, we're dealing, we're wheeling, and we're breaking their guard. Spending everything. Look at that risk gauge. 1 hit point. Oh, 2k Sonic counter. Oh, the damage. That's a 2k starter. What a game. What a game. That was close to a kill, actually. But however, here's the momentum breaker. Bunky Messai through the wall, and McNuggleton has every tool in the box ready to go. Tries to jump out, no deal. Too heavy, oh my goodness. Close slash too far to catch that backdash, even despite that slowdown frame. Immediate burst, Nuggies. Oh, Nuggies, baby, yes! 5-5. No, not like this. Fuck, another disconnection. Not like this! No! It was getting to the good part. No! Say it isn't so, senpai! Say it isn't so! No! Well, at least it's not gonna be over if one party wins. Oh, okay, I think McNuggleton noticed. And we got a Alt F4, so we're saved. Okay. Okay, chill, chat. We're all okay. We got it all covered. Players are 200 IQ, as well as having the status buff that is called the Presence of Mind. But yeah, I thought that was a really great mini comeback. It was 2-5, so Nuggies was in a little bit of a tough spot. So able to find it back to 5-5 so that the prophecy can still unroll as it's meant to be. As it was foretold, McNuggleton, the warrior of 6-6s. It's coming. It's coming, chat room. I can feel it. But I think so far, I think Nuggies is playing relatively well, considering we are facing Chip and, you know, whiffing stuff is very dangerous. Nuggies doesn't, you know, swing with the big heavy stuff too much, which ends up being the way to play the Chip matchup for a lot of characters. Especially the K buttons. The K buttons are generally, and how good of a K button, especially like 2K, how good of a 2K you have plays a huge role in the Chip matchup. So all the characters who have the quotations DLC 2K, a 2K that low profiles a lot and reaches very far, those are generally like fairly good characters for, you know, playing the game versus Mr. Xanath. Because like we were talking about earlier, Chip always wants to that 5k range, but it's not free to get in there. You actually, if you want to get into the 5k range, you actually have to you have to cash out on a little bit of respect from your opponent. Because of course your opponent wants to prevent you from... okay, we might have to re-host a room. So doing that now. So we are making another room. Short intermission. Please stand by. We are icing the players hardcore here live on Bounty Hunters, where when things get rocky, rough, exciting, players are iced. That's right, you heard right. Iced, hardcore, freezer temperatures, lukewarm pressure, minus Celsius mix-ups. Iced, baby.
Welcome.
Alright, we got the new room. Alright, so, all jokes aside, 5-5. Heading into the championship rounds, it's always super exciting to engage the last couple of games from a very even position. Of course, we see games go to like 6-7 from positions even such as like 4-6 or 3-6. But it's extremely exciting when it's already like, I mean, technically this was 2-5, but now we're like dead even. There are still a couple of options, couple of opportunities for the players to make last minute adjustments. Although I would argue at this point, they've probably seen most of each other's tricks, and now it's, you know, reflecting back on what you saw on the screen earlier. What RPS options did my opponent play in this situation? How do I think he's gonna play the next situation? Are they gonna deviate? Are they gonna just autopilot? Am I gonna bring some new option onto the table? We call them championship rounds for a reason, because these are the rounds where the real champions do tend to shine. When you have the most amount of data, the best of players are the ones who can make the most out of what they've seen. They categorize other players very effectively, a la Daigo Mehara. You know, you see one round from that dude and you're like, all right, you're categorized as this, and according to, you know, where I categorize you, you tend to play this, and this kind of options. Newer players can't do that. For newer players, that's just like, what are they gonna do with the data? the top players, man, they can do some real damage with that information. And now, which one of these gentlemen is able to make the most out of what we've seen so far? 2 games to go for 7. Is McNuggleton gonna be able to break the curse? Or is FISHMAN gonna once again triumph on bounty hunters and take the cake? Oh, landing into 5D, that was an interesting option. Probably missing from FISHMAN. Gold burst, alright, works out. 6P not cancelled. So playing defensive here is gonna play definitely into McNuggleton's again! What is that option? Is that supposed to be like jump D or 2D? Right, 6P RC, that works out. Side switch. Getting decent amount of value out of that. So with throw, saving themselves with the BRC. Hopping back and forth, who's gonna come out on top? Who will remain in the advantageous position? Far Slash works as a makeshift anti-air. And sees the burst again! FISHMAN, he's done it! He's the burst hunter. I mean, I think both of these guys are burst hunters equally. But at this point, none of the previous burst baits make any difference. This is 5-5. That shit is in the past. The only thing that matters is the burst baits that you play right now or in the future. Thank you for attending my philosophy TED Talk. I get the wall break, not a hard knockdown. Ooh, look at that, the fast pace, the fast dash, Chip Zanif dashing, DP, and that should be enough. Yes, indeed, especially with the wall break. And FISHMAN enters the danger territory for the first time. All right, I mean, we might as well play this with no, rematch. It's fine. At least that'll make certain that it's we're not gonna miss any matches. Just play it safe. Last 1 or 2 or 3 matches. Yeah, good math, QK. Good girl, good math. That's what I say to my cats. Good girl. You're so good. You're so good with math. Yes, I am. Yes, I am so good with math. All right, momentum burst towards the corner. Ooh, the double. Wait a second! The triple jumps, however, Johnny Spondy with the massive vertical reaching close slash. Johnny belongs to the same category as Nagoriyuki, Milia, Leo, and some of those, highest hitting close slash characters. And McNuggleton is, primed and ready to make it 6-6. 1 round. 1 more to go. Prophecy ready to fulfill itself. Here live on Bounty Hunters, 3rd time in a row. We're gonna go 4th, baby. Nice jump out of the Genrozan. McNuggleton has had a really nice defensive game against those command crabs so far. Perhaps reacting? Who knows? I mean, these young players, maybe they have the reaction times that us old heads don't. No spot to jump out of that. 5K, finds a hit. McNuggleton deems that it's time to burst here. Ooh, is it gonna burst? Yes, has to. Last hit point. What's it gonna be? I'm not sure what that was. Was drifting forward. Maybe a throw? Looked kind of like a throw. But here we are, once again. You can't get this shit anywhere else. 6-6. 1 more will decide McNuggleton's fate. Is it this shit again? I repeat, is it this shit again? Quoting, start quote, I can't lose the double Luigi 3 times in a row, right? Question mark, period, or ... Right? Question mark, end quote. Right, guys? Right? Alright, McNuggleton, let's see what it is gonna be. Are you the cursed one? Are you the chosen one? What is fate gonna say? Make your choice. 2 rounds, or maybe 3. And then it will be decided. Good DP from really far away, damn. Extending into the far slash. Alright, momentum burst into the corner. Nice jump out of there by Fishman though. And now we are in the prime position. Nice backdash out of the 5k again. The downside of the 5k for Chip is, even though it's a good button for pressure, it lacks the active frames, I think, which makes it very susceptible to backdashes. Overhead Rekka hits. Already, oh, missed the conversion. Uh-oh. This is not the time to make those mistakes. This is the last game of the set. But McNuggleton not able to find their way out. YRC, last chance. Would be really... okay. I was about to say, it would be a really nice win if McNuggleton, even though they lose the round here, get the burst from Fish. But no deal. Good whiff punish. Oh my goodness. On the far slash. This is where the trouble starts. Positive bonus. Chip Xanuf. Name a better duo from Season 2 and Season 3. There's no choice but to burst. This madness has to end. But again, Fishman finds an unclean hit. No good conversion. Plus frames. Finds the low. Uh-oh. Nuggies. Okay, back to an incident. We got the deal. What's it gonna be? Full slash into TK. Missed fire. Big damage coming in. But Fishman has so many resources here. Full burst, as well as 75 burst. 75 tension. Safe jump. And yeah, Fish is just gonna play it safe, save it into the last round of the match. Here we go. Fishman, full burst. McNuggleton, half burst. Straight into the Red Assault. This is the blessing of Red Assault. Blessing of Ishiwatari Daisuke. If you don't have red, screw you. We do. Alright, Nuggies gets the hard knockdown, looking very good. Get to mix it up. But again, Fishman has full burst and 50 meter. What's it gonna be? What are we gonna use? We're not using anything. Saving that, all that. Oh, nice throw break. Oh, we put it to 2K. Is that actually gonna be it? No, DP hits. Fishman still somehow alive. Hits the overhead Rekka, but it's quite some ways to go still. Has to perform a couple of combos before the situation is equalized. Hard hard knockdown. This is really good for Chip Xanuf. Is Nuggies gonna get the burst? No! In the last hit, it whiffed! Here's the burst from Nuggies. But look at this, Fishman, so much meter. YRC, my turn. No, it's my turn! And Nuggies is out of meter! There was no way out of that. Fishman still had 50 meter to RC and so much burst to Red Wild Assault. There was no way. McNuggleton was basically dead in the water. No reversal mechanics, no nothing. That was gonna be a guaranteed chip kill. And once again, the curse. No way. I quote again, no way. 3 times in a row, right? Oh my goodness. You can't make this shit up, only on bounty hunters. Alright, well, we got the best curses and best blessings here at twitch.tv/QKGG. Hope you enjoyed that one. That was a quite a week to cast. 7 games, but I'm not even feeling winded yet. That just shows how much action and momentum and speed there was this week. We got this shit done under, yeah, like almost 3 hours. Yeah, that was a pretty fast event for a 7 matchup event. All right, same deal. If you want to sign up for next week, you can preferably join my Discord. The sign-up forms are going to be posted over there. We'll pick up a player who is close enough to make the connection good and is of equivalent skill level, of course, and we'll play these nail-biter 6-7s again, and we'll set up another nail-biter for McNuggleton as well in the future. It is what it is, but we are out now. Let me see if I think there was there a wanted today? Let me quickly check what we have available here on twitch.tv. I think that there was some sort of a tournament. What was Sierra Vice hosting? Oh, there is the Wild Tide. Wild Tide Ladder is on at the moment. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. That sounds pretty good. All right, I bid you farewell. Thank you everybody who were associated with making of these nice matchups. Thank you to all the Bounty Hunters crew, as well as you at home for watching. We'll see you again next Sunday, 5 p.m. CET. Same time every week. Till then, this has been QK. Enjoy thoroughly. Stay safe, play Guilty Gear, and peace.